not really an error.
I'll make a pack of bold too. Yo, Kev. You know what I just realized? We never ended up ordering food.
Didn't. Is it too late now?
I mean, Taco Bell's still
Probably.
open.
Here, order some shit, Brody, quick.
We'll probably have to run and get it mid pod. What you trying to get?
What? What I'm trying to get?
This is gonna be a good pod.
I'm telling you, bro.
what I'm trying to get?
This nigga has the wrong head on, my nigga.
Yo,
I'm telling
Elon, I'm
you,
sorry.
I'm telling you, bro. This nigga has the wrong head on, bro.
He's like those old Dragon Ball Z figures. You could switch the heads. He's got the drunk head.
Nigga got the wrong
Elon
head
don't
on,
read
yo.
the fly like he where he's at. Like he's like nigga.
Drunken fist activated.
But I'm let's.
Telling you, nigga.
I'm drunk. I can't. I can't deny it.
Yo, Sam, just get this nigga what he usually eats, bro. Hey, this nigga doesn't change. He's not gonna wake up today and go, yo, I want a chalupa. All right.
You know what I
Actually,
want?
that's it. That's literally what he wants.
Give me a fucking chalupa, bro.
That's literally what he wants.
It don't change, nigga. It don't matter if it's
Yo.
beef or chicken. Just give me a chalupa.
You gotta go steak quesadilla.
You can have the burritos. I don't want that nasty shit.
What's going on, boys and girls? We here, man. We here. We're settling.
Are we live?
We live, nigga. We there.
Oh shit, yo. Let me on the fact that we live, yo. Let me tell y'all something. Beans is trash. I hate beans, bro. Like, oh my god, like when I be getting burritos and they put beans in my, I'll be like, yo. When I go to Taco Bell, I'm like, yo. I order a burrito, I'm like, yo, no beans, and I get beans. I'll be wanting to go back to the drive-thru and Superman punch whoever the fuck made my order. But I don't. I'm black and I don't want to go to jail. But nigga, like I don't like beans. That shit is trash. That shit is whack as fuck. The only beans I like, to be honest, is Spanish beans. Hispanic beans, fucking that shit. Chicharrón de pollo, nigga, with the little beans and shit on it. Oh my god! But I gotta add my own.
Nah,
beans.
you know what's funny? He really, that's really true. Like whenever I used to order that, the chicharrón de pollo sin hueso with the white rice and beans, this nigga would tell me like, yo, I don't really like beans, right? And then like I will always order him beans because it comes with beans, right? One day I didn't order this thing of beans. And he's like, yo, bro, I don't have any beans. And I go, nigga, you don't eat beans. He goes, yeah, but sometimes I like to put a little bit on the top, you know?
That ass, like, sometimes I like to put a little bit. Like, don't take my fucking beans away.
He was like, yo, they're still taking away the choice that I have.
Right, I don't got no options no more. Fuck here, like what happened to the old days when I had options? Like
yo, he really doesn't like beans. I don't know why. He just doesn't like beans.
I just get double rice, no beans. Get like the pollo, whatever the restaurant
Pollo,
is. Double rice, no beans.
Coin.
And
You want to have an argument today?
The best way to get me tight, nigga, is to put
Isn't
my
this supposed to be a nerd podcast,
on
though?
my food, bro. Don't put it in a separate dish.
I know.
Put it on my
We
food.
haven't
So
really.
speaking of beans, we need to take some sensu beans right now and get back on track.
We haven't really started it, Sam. As you can see, like we just been really gaining up, but you know we're here. You know, I just finished sharing.
Nigga, they eat beans in animes.
But you said beans
Name
way
me.
too
Hold
many
on.
times.
Hold on. There's a.
Shut up! I can't. Shut the fuck up.
All right. I'll just.
Oh, wait. Dragon Ball Z, pussy. Sensibi.
No, all right. They can't see
Fuck
you.
outta
Guys.
here.
This is an audio-only podcast.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
He waits for the
said-
audio-only podcast to get animated.
One. That's what you said, right?
Literally.
There we go. There we go.
I mean, that is one. Your
That's
boy,
it.
your drunken boy is right. And with that being said, we are here. No, fuck that. We don't even do intros. What the fuck was I even
Yeah.
trying to do? What the fuck?
Yeah,
We're not
what are you doing,
intros no
bro?
more. I'm
Who are
sorry.
you?
I forgot
Who are
the
you?
own mandates that I stated. Fucking yo, mad shit happened today, boys and girls. One Piece came out. Is everybody excited?
Yay!
Bro, I've been salty because I haven't been able to watch it for the past 2 days.
Yeah, because you know, changes. But
I got no.
before we get anywhere, we have to ask the crazy question that happens every week. Sam, no, we're gonna go with Coin. Coin was
I'm
losing last episode.
Wait, no, I was first last time.
You was
Oh,
definitely
no, no,
first.
no, no, no. We're not talking about number. We're talking about raising or lowering the bet.
Oh yeah. We gotta raise or lower
Oh,
the bet,
okay.
or keep it as is.
We're at
I'll
35
let
right
Coin
now.
do it this. Yeah, I'll let Coin do it this time.
Right now the
And we,
bet
we gotta
stands at
quit raising
35.
this weekly. All right, I think we should raise the bet every 2 weeks. But
But I'm
this
saying
for the
probably
sake
is-
you
for the
guys can
sake
make
of
the choice to either raise it, lower it, or keep it the same.
or
Y'all just
hey,
Right, right,
or
right.
check.
yeah.
right. So, but just in the spirit of where I think I am now, and just have a round number, I'll up it $5 to $40, and just keep it there.
I'm down for that.
Okay. $40 has been established into the Journey to Wano race between Sam and Coin. Smurf, I ask you, a bystander in this race, how do you feel about Coin's chances? And please talk as if he's not even here.
Nigga, I am. The fuck? This nigga Queen gets fucking smoked. One, this nigga Sam, all he got
Don't
is
say the episode number.
Nah, all Sam got is time. Sam right now works from home. Okay? You, Coin, you go to work. You gotta get up in the morning, get dressed. While you're getting dressed, Sam is watching animes.
And like today, I had to drive 2.5 hours worth of just
Why you
driving.
doing that?
Well, today it was no watch.
Shut up! Both of y'all. Anyway. What y'all say don't matter. What I was saying, nigga, while you sleep, Sam is watching anime. While you dreaming, Sam is up watching anime. While you at work, busting out those 8 hours, Sam is at home, busting out that 8 hours, and watching One Piece. He needs a clip for you. So not only that, Sam is extremely motherfucking competitive. One thing you don't want to do with Sam is make anything into a competition unless you got the drop on this motherfucker. Because he got the drop on you and you're not coming back, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on you, bro. There's nothing you can do, bro. What are you gonna do, Coin? How the fuck is you gonna catch up? How? How, bro? Are you gonna work? Are you gonna watch 25 episodes a day?
That's classified information, Smurf. I can't really get into it right now.
Unless you go into the future and then come back, like you clip for you, bro. Sorry.
Doesn't help either that Sam is like a legit insomniac. Like I thought I was
Literally.
like kind of
Also,
on
Kev,
that
can you
scale.
check your text?
But yeah, I forgot that this nigga don't sleep.
When like he said 30 minutes and he's good for the day. Like, dude, I thought I was good. Like I can get 4 hours and be good for
Bro,
the day. I thought I was.
will tell you right now. I
Sam,
have
there's one of
slept
them
in
that
the
has that
past
number.
in the past week. I have probably slept a total of maybe 20 hours.
This is insane.
And you're supposed to get 8 hours a day.
At least like 6.5, 7. Like for me, that's like good sleep. But
A lot of days I've been sleeping 2, 3 hours maybe.
well, we've kind of come to the point where I guess we reveal.
All right, so you
Um,
want me to go first since you went first last time?
Yeah, because I think it'll be a little bit more anticlimactic for you if we do it. I'm approaching triple digits. I'm at 97. So
Yeah.
Sam has over 3x on me.
That is.
All right. I'm back.
Now,
Did you
with
hear
that-
that, Eli?
I did.
yeah, all right. With that being said, and I'm glad Smurf prefaced it like that too.
What I said?
Yeah, I know you don't know. So, with that being said, I do want to talk a little bit about One Piece, kind of where I'm at, and I don't care if Sam talks about it where he's at either. I mean, I'll get there eventually. I was talking to Smurf last night about like not even just the animation or the the uniqueness of One Piece in general has so many layers. Like the Baroque works. broke works. Like there's puns within every little tiny thing, even to the point where the numbered people, like the number 2 guy, he has 2 swans on his shoulders that look like twos, and he can literally be two-faced. Like there's just so many just nuanced things within the. I think Oda just likes to make little jokes like that, and that's something I really appreciate just watching this so far.
Honestly. So you're in Alabasta, right?
Yeah.
So exactly where in Alabasta?
So they're in the desert at this point. They just linked up with Ace. The duck ran off, and now we're waiting.
It's not a duck.
Okay, so
Actually, I don't know what it is.
it
They
is a
call it
duck.
a
They
duck.
literally,
Yeah.
it's the Duck
Yeah.
Squadron.
Nigga, that shit is a duck, bro.
It's the Duck Squadron,
What a
bro.
Big ass duck, but it's a
Listen,
duck.
it's
It's
a
not like
big-ass duck.
Avatar where it's like a duck bear.
That's like a super duck, but it's a duck.
Besides the fact that I forgot that they say Duck Squadron, is it really that far off that in One Piece they have things that look like ducks and it won't be called a duck?
It really is not far off.
Like
Mm.
Luffy,
Yeah,
has the
Bro,
gumbo
I've seen Kung Fu seals, bro.
Yo, those my favorite. Yo, I really wish I had.
Yeah,
one.
actually, you've seen those too, Coin, right? The Kung Fu
He
seals.
should have.
Mhm.
Yeah, he definitely met Ace already, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Them niggas put in work.
Or even like the bunnies, he's calling them fucking polar bears and shit. Like, I mean, Luffy really
Yeah.
needs to watch Animal
The
Planet.
fucking giant bunnies from Jump
You don't
King.
need that. The nigga he just bonds with animals effortlessly, bro.
Bro, honestly, for me, so much happened in this week. My heart broke. Like, so much happened. I'm not gonna say the heartbreaking thing because I want you to see that and have your heart broken too, Coin.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much, Sam.
You're
really looking
you're
out for my
welcome, bro.
well-being.
Well, you might already know about it because I don't know if you know about it or not. But basically,
Just talk about it.
basically, it was the Going Merry sinking. The Going Merry
Yeah.
going away. That shit literally broke me. That I stopped watching for like a couple, probably half a day. I didn't watch One Piece. I didn't watch One Piece for like half a day because that shit broke me. Like I watched that episode literally after I finished it, I left my room to go smoke.
Maybe
and
you
just
should
go hang out with Kev.
Maybe you should really explore that feeling a little bit longer. Stop watching for maybe like a week. Just take a chill pill. Really process what happened, and just really feel those emotions, dude. I think that would be really good for you.
Honestly, I can start slowing down a bit because you're at 97, bro. Like, I feel bad. But honestly, the main reason I'm so far ahead right now, and like the main reason I watched basically 100 episodes this week, is because the arc I'm in right now is so good. Water 7 is like, I get why Eli says it's his favorite arc. It is so good. Like, it dumps so much lore on you. You find out so much shit, and like it wrenches your heart so much throughout the entire arc.
Well, I look forward to it, and I look forward to watching it.
I look forward to it in another I think Water 7 starts at like 200 and something.
Okay, well,
Yeah, like
sooner rather than later.
it's a really long arc.
So, after week 2 of being a complete disappointment, I'm going to kick it to Eli to talk about the new One Piece, because I know he's been itching to do that.
Actually, I actually want to touch on both of y'all parts. You guys are both in really, really good parts.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, I didn't even catch that until
Pause,
he said, "Yo."
Pause.
Yo, I heard that so loud that it came through my door.
I got my New York fucking gay detector over here. I forgot.
There's a
I
clip.
forgot he was here. You know what's so funny too? The last time I looked up, he got up and he wasn't there. So he wasn't there until I heard, "Hey yo!"
His AO senses were tingling.
He was just
I
there.
touch on both y'all parts. Hey, what? We're not doing that around here.
All right, well, go on.
Okay, so both things I wanted to touch on about because you guys are both in really, really, really good parts. And now my cat wants to claw at the window because she wants to come inside. I hate this thought of a cat. Okay.
Yo, wait. Sorry, quick question. Sorry. Quick, sorry, guys. Sidetrack. Is Mickey neutered?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, You know, if she wasn't neutered, it would have been a different cat,
If you looked at your text and didn't answer me.
nigga.
I love how
So,
authentic this pod is.
coin
Too.
coin on Alabaster Baroque works. Like I like
Yeah,
that.
Sam, you realize there are like 3 cards. Yeah, that's one of them.
You
So,
could have texted him that. You didn't have to interrupt.
OD, you know? Thank you, coin.
Well, guess what? Now carry on because I already get interrupted.
Gotta put the laughing emojis on. So where you guys are is pre time skip, right? That's what me and Karen call that. You guys are in pre time skip. Now pre time skip is good. It's not better than post time skip, not by any, but it's good and it's needed and it's so important. And it's so important for those of y'all. Since this,
I wish we had video for that.
This is an audio only episode today, boys and girls. You guys missed actually something that I wish this was. I actually agree with Corn. I wish this was a video today because Vern did some stupid shit. But you know what? We're just gonna power through.
We're just gonna roll on.
Yeah. So
Who
I would say Alabastar, Water 7, and Archipelago. Sabayoli.
What happened to
Sabayoli Archipelago.
What happened in there?
You remember that's when Kuma came and he disappeared
Oh,
everywhere?
that's I hate that art. Fuck that art.
Yo, that's the same arc when Luffy punches the Celestial Dragon and
They count.
yeah,
That's
what?
like one arc.
That's the arc. That's
arc?
the same arc.
I now got mixed feelings. I got mixed feelings, man.
So those arcs are very important to me. They stand out. You guys are in 2 of the most important ones.
Fact.
Like Crocodile, I say because, and I said this to Sam when we was watching it. Luffy from every other game, like you see from Arlong to Crocodile, right? It's completely. I don't know if you've seen them fight yet, Coin, but I want you just to take really good look at how he fights Crocodile compared to how he fought Arlong. Like,
and not only that, like it's funny because right now, bro, Luffy. I don't know if you ever seen the My Hero Academy episode with Lemenion, and he was like, "Yo, power!" Like that's Luffy. Power, bro. He really just and right there,
like he was having
like throughout
fun.
the entire thing, bro. He just thinks like, "Yo,
Yeah,
I'm strong, bro."
Why did power remind me of Super?
Well, and it's been proven too to this point as far as the power goes. Like he'll just gum whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
and
but
just
he's been
blast somebody a mile
he
away.
never thought he needed the significant. He never thought he needed anything more than his strength
exactly. Like when
and his
when
willpower, right?
Yeah,
and his will.
When he fought Arlong, right? No matter how strong Arlong was, he wasn't stronger than Luffy. Luffy knew he was stronger than Arlong because Luffy was having so much fun, right? When he fights Crocodile, he realizes, oh shit, this nigga could really kill me.
I ain't stronger than this motherfucker.
Yeah, like, you know, like really like he's like, yeah, I could hurt him if I could punch him, but like that's when Luffy really had to go. I had to think, right? And you really start seeing, and that's where I would say from me, I speak only for me. For me, that was the interest in One Piece I had. Like Arlong was cool. I was like, I like this. It was a nice. Good,
I get what you're saying.
It was a nice, good shonen battle. You know,
like
God,
I get what you're saying, bro. Like throughout all the battles we seen, nigga, like it was manageable for Luffy. But after he fought Crocodile, it was like, what the fuck?
like,
Niggas
I was like,
do
oh
that?
shit, like yo, now we gotta see what this dude could do with such and such, you know, and then you're gonna get to Skypiea, and then that is not, you know, it's gonna only keep your interest because of the lore behind it and the Skypeans and what Luffy and Anima is and stuff like that. But then when I got to Water 7, Water 7, until now, even now, Water 7 is my favorite arc. I
Yeah.
love Water 7. And it's not saying it's not better. I'm not saying it's better than Wano or Whole Cake Island or Dressrosa. You know, like, I love Dressrosa. Dressrosa is number 2 to me on the arcs only because of the anticipation that Oda has made with Doflamingo and Luffy. How much of the buildup they've been waiting for us to see these guys fight, and when you get to Dressrosa, they finally fucking fight, and it's like, yo, you know. But like Water 7, it really gets you, like, you know, you really grow up in Water 7 with the one with the Straw Hats. You realize, hey, we're not kids anymore, you know. Shit gets real, people die, you know, and it's almost a foreshadowing for Luffy. It's for Luffy to honestly prepare himself. Like, yo, LeGuang Mary broke your heart, but you can lose your friends if you're not strong enough. And Luffy doesn't understand that pre-time skip until the very end when he loses his brother. And that's when Luffy literally loses it. So it's so, like, you know, like, this is why I'm glad that Coin isn't rushing it. You know, like, because I don't want you guys to rush it. The pre-time skip is just as important as the post-time skip. It's almost like how the Bible, you have to read the Old Testament to really appreciate and understand the New Testament. It's the same exact thing, you know? Like, because don't get me wrong. Once you get to post-time skip, it gets from Six Flags of Fun to SpaceX on a rocket ship going to Mars fun. Like, holy fuck. Shit, and it's still Straw Hat shit. Like, it's still stupid shit. Zoro still gets lost. Luffy still gets trapped inside someone's belly. Fucking Chopper is still fucking trying to be fucking strong. Usopp is still pussy. Like, none of this changes. I want people to understand this too. If you guys ever watch One Piece, don't ever think when you see Usopp in episode 3 and you go, yo, that guy is gonna be fucking strong. I can't wait until the end when he's gonna no longer be pussy. Wait forever. All right,
Bro, it will be the very last,
right there.
The very last
Usopp
sentence.
is not that
Usopp is
pussy
strong
anymore.
nah, he's still.
Niggas,
He's
hold on. Based off his strength alone, the nigga that be going up against, he got every right to be pussy, bro.
Look.
Before he was just pussy.
Real quick before you go,
say great, nigga.
It may be the New York in me, right? But if I was Usopp and I'm
You're
in
not
the Straw Hats, right? After we fuck up a warlord, after we fuck up Crocodile, nigga, everybody could suck my dick. I'm having 6ix9ine energy. First
yeah,
of all,
but
who the fuck do you think you is?
Usopp ain't new. Usopp not from New York.
Usopp is
other
sixth man
island
of the year.
Nigga, we're in his mind, nigga. His captain, his vice captain, and the cook are monsters. Outside of that, I'm a regular nigga. Like, I'm a regular nigga.
You got a slingshot.
Usopp fought Luffy, and he hurt him.
Nigga, he doesn't consider himself a monster.
Hold on. Listen, if I'm Usopp, right? Again, this is why, like, I like Usopp. He's so pussy. Cause like,
he's not from New York.
It don't matter though, nigga. If in the anime, Usopp has done great feats with just his mind alone. So with that equation alone, I should already have the willpower to think that, yo, there's nothing that my mind cannot comprehend.
You bugging, bro.
Bro.
After the Sanji arc, nigga, they've been up against crazy ass opponents where I feel like his pussiness is absolutely justified because he can't. Everybody he's been up against, he cannot smoke.
Look, here's how I'll put it. Right, I'm watching Dub right now. Because it's just to start out. Right, I find it funny too that the badass number 2 dude and the guy that's perceived as pussy are voiced. The badass number 2 is voiced by Christopher Sabat, who voices Vegeta. The other badass number 2 in Dragon Ball Z, and Usopp's voiced by Sonny Stewart, who voices Krillin.
Yep.
I thought that was just a hilarious, just a matchup
you
right there.
Get more into it, to even make it more Dragon Ball Z fun facts. The voice of Brook, which is later on in the Straw Hats, is the same voice who plays Whis.
Which is who I'm coming up on.
Fuck. There's so many. It's because it's the same studio, Coin. You know that, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
Foundation.
I saw a clip that was of a dude that it's the sub for Naruto. That voice
Yeah.
did a voice for a little blonde kid. I can't remember what it was. Like I like still watching clips ahead of
Yeah.
time.
Nah. Yeah.
I spoil it
I like
myself.
looking up. I like looking up that stuff too. Like looking up what voice actors play what. Like I found out the dude who plays Wolverine in the animated. You know the I'm the best at what I do. That voice guy. You guys gotta know who I'm talking about. Like whenever you think
In the original X-Men?
nah, not that female. Not the. Nah, whatever. Like, if you saw, like, oh my god, come on, for real. Like, you think of any other besides the '90s, which he's iconic, bro. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shit on you. It was just
No, it's hilarious.
All satire, bro. I love the original X-Men show, but like from when you get to like Wolverine and the X-Men, you guys ever saw Wolverine and the X-Men? Come on, you guys had to see
Nah.
it.
We only seen the X-Men, but we never seen Wolverine. He was in it.
It's been forever since I've watched any of
Okay,
the
so
X-Men
Wolverine and the
movies.
X-Men, Corinne, I'll dead ass sit down and I will put it on my shit so we can watch
I,
it.
I was lying.
You haven't seen
How
it.
the fuck I seen it and
Bro,
then
I
see
haven't
Wolverine?
seen any
No,
of
no,
the
no, no,
X-Men
no, no,
things
no.
in
Stop,
forever.
stop, stop. How the fuck I seen X-Men and then see Wolverine in the X-Men? Tell
No,
me.
that's not what I'm saying. Though.
No, no,
Yo,
no, no,
I
no,
hate
no,
you 'cause
no,
you're
no, no,
so
no.
Oh, what you say? My
You're
bad,
so
my bad,
drunk.
my
I
bad.
Just
hate
let him
you.
talk.
My
Let
bad,
him,
my bad. I apologize. I
let
apologize.
him talk. It's like that versus battle between the Locks and
drunk.
Dipset.
Yo, and Jadakiss, let me talk. Let me talk. Let
Go
me
ahead, go ahead.
talk.
One mic.
Nah, yo, there was a show called Wolverine and the X-Men. It came out in like Nickelodeon when Nickelodeon was trying to be edgy and make a Cartoon Network Nicktoons.
I'm not gonna hold your shit on whack.
No,
Continue.
it's so, oh my god, it's so popping, bro. But niggas thought it was whack, and it was between the whole streaming era where nobody wasn't really counting streaming views. But okay, so it's Wolverine, right? So everybody hangs out in the X-Men, right? They're all hanging out in the X-Men manor, right? Charles Xavier gets a fucking crazy ass EMP migraine sent by someone else. While that happens, Jean Grey turns into the Phoenix and she explodes, destroying X-Men Manor. Right? That's all preluded to episode 1. Episode 1 starts 2 years after that, where Wolverine is literally riding around, just being a nomad. The fucking Martys have taken over, where mutants are now fucking being taken by the Sentinels and shit like that. And Wolverine is teaming up with Beast, trying to bring back the X-Men because Charles Xavier wakes up from his crazy ass coma 20 years into the future where the world has been devastated, and he links with Wolverine through Cerebro in time from the past to warn Wolverine, you have to wake me up. No, he goes, you have to stop Jean. You have to do all this shit. So the whole first season is trying to prevent the Phoenix from fucking erupting again. And it's so badass. But y'all never saw that? Y'all saw Hulk versus Wolverine? The movie?
No.
Bro,
I mean,
like
you
I
can't
said,
expect
I
it to be,
haven't
like-
seen anything X-Men probably since like X-Men Days of Future Past.
Or Apocalypse. I did see that.
No, I think Days of Future Past is the last one I've seen.
Now, with that being said,
Steve
too.
Bloom. Steve
Okay.
Bloom. He's the dude that plays Tom. The voice of Tom from Toonami.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Steve Bloom. Yeah, that voice actor. He does a bunch of other games too. He was actually in Rebels. He was in Star Wars Rebels. He was that big fucking stupid beast dude that was supposed to be a Chewbacca like character for the fucking show that was useless and extremely
I've
wasted
never really
my
seen
time.
Rebels.
It was trash. You shouldn't. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody.
Yeah.
You know, happy Star Wars Day. But yeah,
What was it? Because it's May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th, and we were supposed to do it yesterday on what was the 6th?
Attack of the Six.
Okay.
Wait, when yesterday? Oh yeah, no.
Because today's the 7th now, about to be the
Well,
whatever.
it's the 8th right now because it's 12.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Now,
confused.
With that being said, though, Sage, off the X-Men, me and Smurf were watching clips last night of Quicksilver, and we were watching them in the X-Men, and we were remembering Quicksilver in Ultron.
Yeah,
And
how
how-
the fuck did they fuck this up?
Right. Right, they
Yo,
fucked up that Quicksilver.
And I was explaining to them the reason why, but like it really like they could have done something else. But the full reason why they did that is because they only had the MCU only had licensing for Quicksilver for one movie.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Can I say something? Can I say
Yeah.
something?
Yo,
No.
And I guess I'm the unpopular opinion here.
no, we need this. Pushback.
But when in the fuck was Quicksilver? Oh, Quicksilver. Why was I thinking Silver Surfer? Okay.
Bro, I was
Okay,
ready to
yeah. Wanda's brother. Wanda's
Yo,
brother.
oh,
Bro, you're all ready to fight you.
I was like, yo, I don't know why I thought Silver Surfer. And I literally,
When I told you, I put on gloves in my mind. I was like, oh, like, what you talking about?
He's like, made me punch my camera again.
Okay,
Say out.
so what I loved about this Quicksilver and what I hated about Quicksilver in X-Men. But I'm gonna tell you what I also like about the Quicksilver and X-Men. What I hated about this Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked nothing about the Quicksilver and Avengers. Fuck.
So,
We'll let him go.
I understood, like, at that time, right? You have to think about how the time frame was. So in this moment, we just got Avengers, right? From Avengers, we got the big announcement of Infinity War. Now, this is not even when it was Infinity War and Endgame. It was Infinity War Saga Part 1 and an Infinity War Saga Part 2. There was a big question of what the hell can we do? Because in the comics, the Infinity War comic, the Infinity Gauntlet comic series has all the Marvel heroes, almost all.
Quicksilver was Ultron.
No. Yeah, I know. No. But I'm saying like we're
He's working through it.
Yeah, we're time framing from after Avengers 1, right? Where they did the big announcement of the big phase timeline, the Infinity Saga, and where when we're saying before they even thought of Infinity War and Endgame, it was the Infinity Saga Part 1 and the Infinity Saga Part 2. So at that frame, there was a big conversation of how are they gonna get everybody in the Infinity War, right?
Mm.
So in this time, Marvel we bought before we made Avengers 2, Disney bought Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Disney was feeling gully, real gully. So as they bought Marvel, I think they bought Marvel for, I would say, about the same amount as Star Wars, right? They bought Star Wars for, I would say, $7 billion. They probably bought Marvel for probably $7 billion, right? And then they went up to Sony and they just whipped out their big old dicks and was like, yo, we want to buy Spider-Man. What's up? And at this time, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was either just came out, and even though people didn't like it, it was a Sony Spider-Man movie, and it still did really well because people saw it, you know? So, and Sony was kind of amped. Sony had a lot of plans for the Amazing Spider-Man universe. They were going to open the Sinister Six. They were going to do this whole thing where Mary Jane was going to come. They were going to do this whole thing where Peter was angry, and that was how he was going to get the symbiote. Tom Hardy's Venom was supposed to be a part of that universe. You know, it was really, really, really big until Sony fucked up with the interview. Y'all don't remember that movie with James Franco and
Oh yeah. 2015, they made the movie about the North Korean assassins that had a talk show with celebrities, and it got banned. I remember I had to like go on some weird website to watch the movie. It was crazy.
Real banned because they made fun of Kim Jong-un. And he said, this dude said something. He said, yo, if you play this movie in your movie theaters, we will blow up every single movie theater that has that movie. And when I tell you that America was so pussy that they really believed that Korea had this much technology to bomb every AMC in the world, they were like, nah, fuck out of here. So they didn't play it.
You remember, hold on, real quick. You remember that scene in Iron Man 2 when he plays all the robots in the courtroom? Like, he hijacks the screens, and he's, like, talking about, I think that's Japan. They're probably 10 years away. North Korea. And, like, that North Korean one where if he falls over, like, that was the rockets at the time. That was all the footage we had was just, flaccid rockets.
It's like, so, at that time,
flaccid rockets.
The interview did really bad. It hurt Sony's thing. Because, honestly, a flopped movie can make it or break a company. Disney knows that very well with John Connor and Meatballs too. Oh the fuck that shit is.
Probably with a chance. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know? So they got hit, and then right after that, the Anonymous super hacked the fuck out of Sony and like released mad shit. So then their stocks went down because that was around the same time where we didn't really know how to, as a country, how to handle hackers. So we used to be like, we don't negotiate with terrorists, but we'll negotiate with hackers and all that. So from there, it was all this big ass thing, and then we was trying to buy Spider-Man. We was trying to get Spider-Man, right? It was all this petition, bring Spider-Man home. Oh my god. Sony wasn't buckling down. In that moment, we already had a deal for the Hulk with Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Which was kind of like a beta version of the deal that they have with Spider-Man. Where Spider-Man's deal is much more of a cleaner, pristine, better, profiter version. So they went to Fox and said, hey, yo. They're like, what do you consider an X-Men? They're like, well, you know, Xavier, Cyclops.
You can't get Wolverine. You can't get
Colossus,
Jean
Wolverine.
Grey. Yeah.
They're like, I bet. So who we got? They're like, you can use Wanda and Pietro. They're like, but you can't call them mutants. And they can't have an X gene. And they can't be related to.
They just got to be superheroes, basically, with the likeness of
like,
this
they
this
can't
character.
be related to Magneto. They can't have connections.
Yeah.
Like they can't have anything to do with the X-Men.
They drew a big circle around these two characters and said, "Only here. Here's where you can navigate."
And then they were like, and so it's basically now like, basically you have Wanda and Pietro. Technically, you have a girl that does magic and a guy that runs really fast.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have any of their character traits. We don't really have any of their other things, you know. And I feel like I'm boring Smurf. That's why he's been moving around.
No. But I like how you worked your way back.
Yeah, so when we got to Avengers Ultron, this is all big trying to petition on trying to get Spider-Man. So we had to produce something to show the world that Infinity War is gonna happen. We're gonna have our superheroes together. So we had to take a small L, where we made Wanda, this crazy Russian girl that didn't sound Russian, that did a really bad Russian accent, and this dude that wore. Actually, I have the same shoes that Quicksilver wore in Age of Ultron, the Ultra Boost shoes that I showed y'all. I swear those are the same exact shoes. It's just he had them in silver because he's Quicksilver. I had them in black because I'm a sage and I'm popping. But yeah, like he just had those and he ran around really fucking fast. But you see how they made up with it, where the movie started going on. Wanda started getting more into her character stuff, and then once we bought X-Men, then we started getting into, okay, Wanda's the Scarlet Witch, this crazy sorcerer that's super strong, which is connected to the comics. You know, we kind of took a weird detour, but then it was, you know. But I think the MCU's plan is to bring the other Pietro from Fox, because people like that Pietro.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like the fully unlocked version.
He's funny. He's cool. But do you really see him in an MCU world?
No. But to our point, though, what all we were arguing was what they, and I know it was a one movie deal, and Sam did bring up a good point about that, but I think we had a good counterpoint to that. If you bring in a character, right, that is super fast,
yes,
and we've seen what he's done in the X-Men movies, right? Those slow-mo scenes where he's moving bullets around, he's like touching people's face, so it's like a punch. He's making people punch themselves. He's saving all his friends in a matter of, you know, like, I don't even want to say milliseconds, whatever is beyond that. It's so fast, but it's so slow. It's so funny. It was so creative. And to see the Quicksilver in Age of Ultron just sacrifice himself to the bullets, is what pissed us off.
Yeah,
That's what we were talking about.
That
We're
was
like,
crazy.
this guy's moving bullets around here, and I know it's different cinematic styles and
Hola, I don't
and all
care
this,
what you
but
say.
the
You know,
guy is yeah. Go ahead.
they like there's no justification other than they didn't have rights any more than what they had in that movie. Because there's no way that's like clapping the Flash with bullets.
Well,
And
we
and
also
here's
have
here.
we also
Hold
have
on.
to okay.
Let me continue off that point because that was our biggest gripe, and then Sam brought up they only had the deal for the one movie. To which I responded, you can still play up a character to the point where it's undeniable, where the fans still want it. Obviously, I think that would drive the price up, but I don't think you would even have to bring him back. We've seen multiple times where they don't bring a character back just because it wasn't in the budget or it just wasn't in the story. Like, I think you still could have made that character still alive and still stop those bullets without him having that sacrifice moment. I think they just did it for the sake of Wanda, for
I
the Scarlet Witch story.
feel no, I actually just remembered. You guys forget Josh Whedon wanted to kill Hawkeye. So
Yeah, but
the whole thing. So like, if you take away Quicksilver, right, and you replace Quicksilver getting shot in the leg, and he's carrying Wanda, he's carrying his sister to safety, and then as they go, the gunshots go, and then somebody goes and eats those bullets. Doesn't it make more sense if Hawkeye fits that picture? Hawkeye was supposed
yes,
Yeah.
Hawkeye was supposed to die in Avengers: Age of Ultron. That was Josh Whedon's whole thing. The character who plays Jeremy Renner, he got
hmm
really fucking pissed because he felt like you guys wasn't doing the character justice. Because in Avengers 1, Hawkeye had barely any screen time, and he was really actually useless.
but he was cool.
He
I
was
mean, he had his
barely
moments.
cool, barely.
Bro, he sent that arrow with Loki caught it and it just
Wow.
he's like blew
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's definitely worth a movie.
okay, but he's a fucking human, dog. Like,
it's
what
like,
else in
bro,
badass
Yeah.
moments
it's
can
still
you
like
think of?
Black Widow, a human girl. She did mash in, and she's just as strong as Hawkeye. So it's like it's just all that. Like
But she had guns, he had arrows.
he was just tight that he wasn't getting that thing. So he did a
Okay.
big ass uproar. Josh Whedon at the last minute made a switcheroo. So to him, he probably thought, and Josh Whedon stopped. He quit. Actually, like there was a whole thing. Like we also have to take into effect that Josh Whedon literally quit halfway of Age of Ultron because he couldn't handle the pressure of making another Avengers movie. Because the first Avengers movie was just that good and he couldn't handle the pressure. So, like, you have to understand he was probably mad stressed out. Jeremy Renner's now being a fucking bitch. She's like, fine, fuck it. This is my last movie of the contract anyway. I'm not doing another movie. We got Wanda and Pietro. I don't think these guys are gonna go pretty far. And they go, hey, Jeremy, Favreau, who do you like the most? He goes, then Favreau probably said, you know what, we're gonna make more shit with Wanda. I need you not to kill Wanda. Bet, I'm gonna kill Pietro. All right, fine. And then they kill Pietro. Then they just did a swap.
And I can't remember who he saved too. But it was like one of those. He didn't save Wanda, but he got shot up, and it was just like that was Wanda's. It was like a separation to where you could like now she's here with this team now.
yeah,
Like to me, that's what it represented.
yeah, like it was like
It was she's no longer X-Men, she's Marvel.
Well, no, she's just no longer this dude's brother in this town. It's like now I have a responsibility to also help this team that helped us, and we can make change for my brother's sake.
It was real weird, you know. Like Age of Ultron 2 is definitely probably the weakest one out of the four, right? Yeah, out of the four.
Yeah,
believe
100%.
Yeah, that is. I'm not saying that it's whack either, everybody. I don't want nobody to bug out.
No. The two things can be true at the same time. It was the weakest. It was still. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit predictable from the beginning. I was like, oh, you guys are making AI? Oh, yeah, this. I mean, obviously, we knew the Ultron shit, like how it was going to go, but it was just like you guys didn't give it one thought.
Honestly, if we really want to get into our MCU bag, and I actually honestly want to hear Smurf's opinion. Because, wait, hold on. Super side note. What the fuck are you wearing shades?
He's like, 'cause nobody can see me.
Why? Like, he's so weird. But if you really want to get to my Marvel bag, the only movie I really don't like, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I just don't like it, is Civil War.
Okay, why?
I'm gonna say it again so Sam can hear me. So the only movie, Sam, so that I welcome back. The only movie that I didn't like, or I liked the least, besides Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2. Those movies are the
I was
worst.
saying, nigga, I'll take Civil War, bro. Ant-Man,
Yeah,
anyway,
both these,
nigga.
but it's Civil War. I didn't like Civil War, and I'm gonna explain why I didn't like Civil War. Now, there's not things I'm saying I didn't like in Civil War. Obviously, the Captain America and Iron Man fight I loved, and it hit me emotionally when Cap beat up Iron Man, and it was bullshit. But that's a different pod. But
Yeah. No, I got you.
I just
But
felt like
yeah.
Civil War, because like I love Civil War. The comic of Civil War, I love that. It's one of my favorite comic book series. Like that series is so great. Also,
Even the name boils it down
yeah,
perfectly.
like it's also in that comic that Captain America dies. Now I'm not saying that I wanted Captain America to die, but it's just like it's such a big impact, and the biggest thing is that it's such a big scene. Now again, I understand that Marvel, the MCU, didn't have all these licensing to all these characters, but I really didn't feel like they should have used the word Civil War for something that wasn't really that big of a war. Like if you think about the war in Civil War and the war in Infinity War, which one really feels like a war,
Oh, the Infinity War. Yeah.
which one kind of
Anyway,
just looks,
100%.
and which one just kind of looks like a group of niggas
Even Endgame
gathering.
feels more like a war than a Civil War.
Yeah, Endgame. You know, like it's like, bro, it's if Civil War didn't feel like a civil war, it kind of just felt like a, the Beatles having a disagreement and
And nobody dies.
Yeah,
Like John Lennon
and
lives.
fighting. Yeah, and fighting in an airport hangar in Germany, and nobody dies in the end. And Yoko's still cool. Like it was just that. Literally, it was that. Oh my God, Civil War is the Beatles. Bucky is Yoko. The Avengers of the Beatles. I just figured it out. And I guess Cap is John Lennon, but he survived.
Yo, and is I think that's your overarching point. Is like the movie was I liked the movie, but you're speaking at it from like the weight that the comics
Not
carried
even
through
that.
the actual
Also,
Civil
it
War arc.
makes no sense. Like the Sativa Accords make no sense. Like they bring up all these crazy things that the Avengers caused, right? They brought down the War Manhattan, right? The War Manhattan, a crazy thing that was our fault. Okay, cool. A fucking alien came to Manhattan and we saved it and we prevented you guys from nuking the island of Manhattan. The next one. The next one was fucking
After Avengers, it was Captain America,
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Not
Yeah.
us. That wasn't us at all. That was literally Hydra agents in the government taking over the government and causing genocide over the world. Not us. We wasn't even a part of that shit. Age of Ultron? That was us. 100%. That was us. We definitely did all that shit. Yeah. That was our fault.
Flew too close to the sun.
That was our fault. 100%.
It was a tale of Icarus.
That
100%.
was our bad. All right? But then after that, the other shit with Bucky and the bomb, like, it was like, bro, this is not enough crimes to cause a Sativa Accords, you know? Like, it doesn't make sense. I feel like that really didn't have to do anything. Like, they really could have taken Civil War, and you could literally kind of take it out of the MCU, I almost feel like, and the MCU still makes all the sense in the world, besides the fact of where the hell is Cap and why aren't the Avengers together? That's the whole reason, like, and then that's the whole reason why Civil War is kind of so important, because it breaks up the Avengers. But the Avengers was already breaking up anyway. From Age of Ultron to even in Avengers 1 to fucking Captain America's Winter Soldier, they didn't like each other. Captain America didn't trust the Avengers, and he didn't trust the fucking SHIELD. He doesn't trust the government. Tony still wanted to do what the fuck he wanted to do. Thor still thinks he's playing Human, the RPG game. Like, it's like, you know, like, the discord was already there. You didn't need to add Bucky to brutally attack an old lady in a fucking car and have us watch that shit for us to have a war. Like, you know,
yeah.
Like, it's like that would have,
because then it becomes more personal than it is actually like climactic problems around them.
It could have happened anyway. Like, I always felt like if they would have taken away the Civil War movie and they would have made a whole movie where Nick Fury, quote unquote, dies, right? Because Nick Fury is right now off world, right? Nick Fury has been off world for several years now. So what if we had that scroll? What if we had Nick Fury die, right? But he went off world, and the Avengers didn't know how to function as the Avengers in the Civil War, and they were kind of just doing whatever they wanted. And then they have a little discourse, and they do the same little hanger battle. They bring in Spider-Man, bring in
With the ha-has.
all the ha-has, all the on the rules, all that shit.
Yeah.
They break up. They have a big battle there, and then they go, you know what? Fuck this shit, bro. We don't need to be the Avengers. And then you have the East Coast Avengers and the West Coast Avengers, and that's how it was in the fucking comics. I don't know why they didn't fucking think that. You hear that, Jon Favreau? I just gave you $1 million fucking idea. Go fucking write it. Okay, I'm done. All right, guys, I'm out of my MCU bag.
No, that was great. And do you think that they also did that because it is the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Bro. Like, you need the characters. Like, you need Cap, bro.
They fucking did that shit, bro. The same reason why fucking DC fucked up all their fucking movies, bro. They did that shit for name grabs. Like, DC didn't need to do Batman versus Superman so fucking soon. Why?
Yeah.
They needed to beat Marvel, so they had to rump up the things by bringing up the most iconic rivalry in the fucking world that was so premature and trash, and Marvel did the same exact shit. The only difference is Marvel knows how to sell a good fucking movie, bro. So it's like, even though I was unhappy and I had all these discourses, the minute I saw Spider-Man, I was like, fuck it. I love it. Damn it. This is great.
Right. Just look at Justice League and the difference between the normal Justice League and the Snyder Cut. Yep. Because they were able to actually take the time and actually make the Snyder Cut, it made it a better movie.
Yeah, but at the same time, Snyder's cheating. I'm tired of niggas thinking that Snyder now is this amazing ass story movie guy and all this.
No, stuff. I don't. I still don't think that. I still think the movies are trash.
Anybody can make an awesome 6-hour movie. You know how much time. You know how much a time frame. I mean, you know how much a time frame is a 3-hour movie. You could do so much. You have
so much. Bro, look at the Hobbit movies.
Exactly, and that's from a book. That's the whole reason why they're 3 hours. Like, you know how
even King Kong, bro. I was watching that shit in 2004. That I watched that as a kid. Going in, sun was up, sun was down when I fucking watched that shit.
You, it's bro,
it was 4 hours long.
It
was a great movie
to make a 3-hour movie.
Top Gun.
And wasn't Snyder Cut 4 hours?
I don't know. I haven't actually seen. I haven't actually seen. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the Snyder Cut.
So he added. So it's so easy. Like, the whole point of why we think a movie is so great, because we saw a story, right? They took us years and years and years and years in time, like a book, right? When you read a book takes you years and years, and you go through centuries in that book, and you go, wow. In just a matter of pages, I went hundreds and hundreds of years of lore and all these things, right? Movies are the same thing. I think of a great movie. I'm not even trying to think of like an action movie. I'm trying to think of like a good movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption, right? That was like what, about 2:30?
2.5, somewhere around there,
2:30.
yeah.
2:30. From the minute you finish Shawshank Redemption, you go, wow, that was a great story. You understood everything. You had very few questions that wasn't angry. You had questions that was like fan fiction like. You got the story, you felt happy, you had a well appetite, and it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's the glory of why we sit at the cinema. You know, operas and all these other plays and shit like that, them shits are mad long. They have interventions because they drown
intermissions.
Yeah, intermissions and stuff like that. They drown out the story. They have you sit there, you understand. Whereas a movie is quick. You understand the story in 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom.
But most movies are the 90-minute mark.
So
like they talk about that.
Zack Snyder took a 4-hour and something movie, and people saying, "Oh my god, it's so great." Zack Snyder, if it was so great, why didn't you do that shit the first time? Why didn't you make it a 2-hour movie the first time. But
Well,
all that being said,
That's
that's
marketing,
why
right?
like
me personally, I haven't liked any of the I mean DC movies.
yeah,
Like most of the DC movies have been trash.
yeah, me neither.
Like
Honestly, me
Like
neither.
that's why I haven't watched most. Like I've heard it was good, but I just haven't seen it yet because or Aquaman. Like I just haven't seen them because I've been so disappointed with the DC movies. Like after Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. After that, it went downhill.
Yeah, like Man of Steel was good. I liked Man of Steel. A couple things I didn't like about Man of Steel, like
Oh yeah, Man of Steel was good.
if he had enough force to snap a dude's neck so hard that you break the sound barrier, why couldn't you just fly up? Like these
There's
are
always
like
plot holes, right?
that's like a really big plot hole.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's always that one where you're just like the
Like,
obvious
bro, like Zack
answer.
Snyder, what are you doing? Like, and another thing, I hate how Superman movies they make Superman either the alien that came to Earth or Jesus, and
It has.
it's super annoying because if you go into the nerdy world knowing Superman only from the movies, you will hate Superman because that's not how Superman is in the comics. He's such like I hate this concept where they think Superman is this alien that's trying to be human. Like where like there's like this saying that was in Kill Bill. There was like that guy that was like, everybody when Batman takes off his cape, he's Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man, he's Peter Parker. When Superman takes off his clothes, he's Superman. His costume is Clark Kent. He sees us as frail, shy humans. And that's not how it is, bro. Clark Kent is a human being. He grew up a human being. He used to jerk off to Lois Lane. He used to do human shit. Like he was a kid. He does kid shit.
He was doing farm shit. He was just
he's
super
Bro,
strong.
he
And it's
just
like, oh shit,
has
this is the
superpowers.
strongest farm boy I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Holy
like
shit!
he's not out of touch with
Because
mankind.
everyone's got to understand the man came to this world as like he was what 1 or 2.
Yeah, he was a baby, bro.
He was a
He
baby.
got
Like
raised by a
his
wholesome.
his knowledge is humanity.
Yeah,
So he's a human, but he has these alien powers.
and it's so like it's like why can't y'all just understand that like he's a human, he's an alien that grew up a human, he's not out of touch with humankind. He's so in touch with humankind. That's why he's praised as the most greatest superhero. Like it's so annoying. He's just so awkward and he's frail. And I like the actor who plays Superman. He was the dude in The Witcher.
Henry Cavill,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cavill.
he's pretty good.
Yeah, great actor, great
Yeah,
actor.
he's a
Bro,
good
I
actor.
love
Got
The
nothing
Witcher.
against him. Like he was way better than the other dude that did Superman Returns. I hated that Superman.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
That shit was retarded. But like it was just I don't know. Like Zack Snyder doesn't get superhero movies. I feel like
Well, and you think
Hold on.
you think he has fake authenticity because he just releases the Schneider cut and then everybody's like, oh yes,
bro.
yes.
I don't think that is he don't get superhero movies. I just don't think he really did enough research with the source material and stuff. That he's just kind of doing a lot of things on a whim and just doing what he wants to do instead of actually making it kind of true to the comics. Whereas the MCU, they're doing a ton of homages to the comics instead of going totally to their own route. Like, yeah, they're doing their own stuff, but they do a lot of homages to the comics.
Yeah, true. I've never been a DC fan in general, just because usually the movies suck in general growing up. Other than the Dark Knight. I don't even know if that's DC. I could just be
Yeah, Dark Knight is DC.
Well, I know it's Batman, but I don't know if it was a separate media company that was heading it. I know what's his name,
I don't
Christopher
know.
Knowles was really heavily involved with it and a game changer for it. But I just other than that, man, I had no interest in watching any Superman movies ever growing up.
Really, only recently have I really gotten into DC, and it's because of a TikTok I watched that like really explains like the whole Batman family. And the Bat family is hilarious. Like Dick Grayson, all of them are hilarious. Like all the different Robins, all I love that. Like that, and they're actually making a TV show about the an animated TV show about the Bat family. And I really want to watch that because like I've been really invested in like the Bat family and like learning about that recently.
Well, and just I mean, to the point of Superman again, though, like Sage knows this. You remember how John Cena was brought up in WWE? He was basically Superman of WWE, right? He could kick out of any pin. He could fucking. They count a 9 count, and he's outside of the ring. He'll come in the ring. He'll just keep fucking winning, right? They did the opposite of that with Superman in the cinematic world. Like it's like if I didn't read comics growing up, but I knew who Superman was and all the powers and shit. Obviously, we all had internet access. You could just look shit up. Like this guy was the epitome of just like literally the name fits Superman. Like he was so powerful, and I felt they just nerfed him throughout every fucking movie. You said Man of Steel was great. I remember watching that movie. I couldn't tell you what fucking happened. But like I just told Sam, I've had no interest in
Is
watching a Superman movie
is
ever.
Man of Steel the most recent one?
No.
No,
No.
that was that 2011,
What was the
2013?
most recent one called?
Most recent would be, I mean, most recent that he was in would be Justice League,
Snyder Cut.
but
No,
Snyder Cut.
the Superman movie.
That's it.
Superman
Man of Steel
movie
was the latest by Henry.
That's what I thought. That movie
was
was
like the
actually-
latest actual just
I like
plain
that
Superman
movie a
movie,
lot.
but not.
I felt like I feel like they took a great turn, but I just don't. Again, I have little problems with how they depict Superman. Like I feel like Warner Brothers doesn't really understand superheroes and their concepts. Like,
And they
well,
don't
like,
understand
I'll take
how
the
to set up a universe
I take
because, like Man of Steel, they kind of set up for Batman versus Superman, but not really as much as the MCU sets up for their movies throughout the entire movie saga. And that's their DC's biggest flaw is they try and do the same thing as DC, but they don't set up their movies properly.
Yeah, not at all. They definitely do not set their movies up properly. Like that whole Batman Superman show, like what Eli said, nigga. I don't know why they rushed it. Like who? I don't know why y'all in competition with Marvel, and they've been releasing shit before y'all. Nigga, stop trying to beat them. You're not beating them. That's it. It is what it is. Nigga, take your time, bro. Take it easy. But nah, they didn't want to do that. They want to rush everything.
I think they're in great strides right now with the new Batman movie.
I haven't seen that one.
I have not seen it yet.
I like what they're doing. They're making movies. So like instead of making Batman like this Batman movie, isn't a Batman movie. It's a movie that has Batman in it. But it's so it's so perfect. Like it's so well.
So I haven't seen the Joker yet. Is that good?
Joker's good, but it's just more backstory. It's just
But that's what they should be doing. Like instead of just trying to set up this huge cinematic universe, you have to give us that backstory first. Like MCU gave us the backstory in those first movies.
Yep.
Now they're finally setting up backstory and like setting up stuff. And I don't even care if they don't even set up a cinematic universe. If they just release good superhero movies, that's what I want from DC. I loved The Dark Knight and everything in all the old Batman movies because they were so good. Because they were just a good superhero movie instead of just trying to be what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. Like, be your own thing instead of trying to be what the competition is.
I feel like what Warner Brothers is doing now is a good step. Like with the Joker movie was really awesome. The Batman movie kind of plays on that same exact type of thing. Like they're doing a good.
And they're experimenting successfully with the movie style too. Like the Joker, like even though it's a backstory, like Like you have like dude like as a legitimate clown in like a locker room with people. He's taking the subway. Like you see all these pivotal moments that lead to the mindset of the Joker throughout that movie, and it was completely experimental. It was completely like they took a movie approach to it, like you said. It also happened to be about the Joker.
Yeah, it's more like I don't know. I really feel like DC's really stuck on trying to start their universe off with Batman. Like like how Marvel did it. Like Marvel started it off with with 3 to 4 Marvel characters that nobody in the common world knew about. Nobody really knew about Iron Man. Nobody really knew about Captain America. Nobody really knew about Thor. And nobody. I'm not saying comic book fans, Sam. I'm saying
No. I get what you're saying.
bros. I know. I'm just saying Sam's face. I'm just like not you, Sam.
How do you
Not
see his face? Oh, I still
us.
have his fucking thing off when he's
Like
streaming. My fault,
regular
Sam.
people, they don't know about these things. When you think of Marvel, you think of Spider Man and the X Men, Fantastic Four. And if you want to and if the normal people want to be spicy, they'll throw in Galactus. Oh, I know about Galactus. That makes me special. They don't know about Marvel. They didn't know about Iron Man. They knew Iron Man was all the rich guy that was like Batman. They didn't know Captain America. They didn't know Black Widow. They do. For the longest time, my mom swore that Black Widow was a whore. And my mom read the comics. My mom was like, Black Widow's a whore. Like, like the common folk didn't know about these things. And Marvel said, we're going to give you guys things. We're going to give you guys these characters you guys don't know nothing about. And we're going to cast a majority of characters, of actors that you don't know. So that when you learn about these characters, you're going to learn about these actors too. Except for Robert Downey Jr., Samuel Jackson, and...
And
Chris Evans was a little known.
Hell no. Nobody knew
no.
Chris Evans was before Thor. Name me a movie before
You mean
Thor
Captain America?
I mean, yeah.
Chris
Chris
Hemsworth.
Evans was the flaming hot guy, but he wasn't doing nothing. He was doing rom-coms. Chris Evans.
He was in what was that stupid
He wasn't on Nerd
fucking
Radar.
joke movie?
Yeah. Like he wasn't doing he flunked with flame. Like he was the Flaming Torch for a little bit, but then they weren't doing him no more. And then I guess, but yeah, you could bring him back. Like we got to re-love Chris Evans. But other than those three, everybody else, brand new cast. Never heard of those people. Scarlett Johansson was probably another up and coming person that we probably heard of here and there. But that was it. And then they started it all up, and then they built you up, and then they brought in Spider-Man. They brought in things that we liked so that they can get bigger. Whereas DC's doing it the opposite way. DC's going, no, we're gonna give you Batman, niggas that you know. We're gonna put Ben Affleck as him or Robert Pattinson. Remember that guy? You used to love him. Which I have to say, Robert Pattinson, he did a really good job.
Pattinson, bro.
Pattinson, Robert Pattinson. You feel me? I fucks with him. He does a good job. I hope he gets bulkier. That's my only concern. It's
Why?
Like, bro, you're so skinny.
But they can do it in the suit. Like, I think they could even do a bodysuit within like wearing a suit as Bruce Wayne.
Nah, bro.
I get what you're saying, but
bulk up, Rob. Bulk up, bro. You're gonna be a fucking action hero. Bulk up, bro. You're no longer Edward.
Take all the steroids now.
Nah, don't even take steroids, bro. Like there's all these actors that be doing this, they're not really taking steroids. They have crazy insane workout regimens that is close to probably steroids like.
I'll say like Wolverine, he didn't take steroids. He just did his shit, right? He may have taken steroids, I don't know, but you can usually tell who does. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he did.
Chris Evans didn't take steroids.
No.
Chris Hemsworth didn't take steroids.
No, if you want to know like an actor that takes steroids, it's The Rock. Like nobody gets that big, like that big.
Hell no.
Like,
nah,
but these guys aren't crazy big.
I would have
like,
believed you that The Rock took steroids if I didn't literally read that story that he ripped his gait his big ass gate.
Yeah, no, you know that was
His
just
steroid.
publicity.
Nah,
Like
that wasn't.
he was,
Nah, bro.
he did not rip that
Nah,
fucking
yes he
gate down.
did, bro. Yes he did, bro. Yes he did, bro.
If he did, then he got the super soldier serum,
Nah,
and
bro.
he's real life
Really
Captain
grounded,
America.
bro. He's not doing steroids. I don't
He's
think he
he's
is.
cap.
Maybe
He's
he
cap.
was. I could definitely say that he was back in the days of the WWE because everybody there was. But after that, The Rock got into that because like he works out with Kevin Hart, bro, and like and I know that sounds like nothing, but Kevin Hart's whole brand is authenticity, organicness, and all that shit, bro. He wouldn't be repping The Rock shit so hard. If
No, but here it's unspoken, right? Steroids in sports and even sports entertainment like WWE, it's used for recovery. The guy went to be an action star and got bigger than, I would say, 95% of any WWE wrestler ever
bro, that's what
in real life.
Yo, have you seen these action stars workout regimens, bro?
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. Like, yes, you can work out, you can get the protein intake, you can do all that. But you can tell.
Nah,
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I don't. I really don't think he's. We could definitely agree to disagree. I don't think he's
Okay.
Maybe again, maybe he was doing it back in the WWE for sure, but now you can tell that's straight organic. Like the fact that he ripped a fucking gate, bro. Steroids doesn't give you strength. Steroids just makes you look strong, bro.
Well, it depends on what you're taking, but like I said, if you're taking it for the acting role, I do think he did, and like you said, agree to disagree, but I think you can tell.
You hear that, Dwayne? We need you to pee in a cup, please. Yeah, like I don't know, like these action movie stars, bro. Like I don't think I think they're so way past that now because like I remember when they did the Expendables 3, right? And then Chris Hemsworth's little brother Liam Hemsworth, remember he was in that movie?
Mm-hmm.
He's the nigga that dies by Stephen Van Claude Van Damme. And he was talking about he was like like, when I came in there, he was like, me and my brother we're he's like, we're pretty fit, so I thought this would be an easy movie for me. He's like, then I started working out with Sly and them, and he was like, in about 2 weeks I bulked up 3 times my size just on what these guys were doing. And then they were like, oh, and then I remember the interview was like, oh, would you recommend that to people at home? He said no. He said I wouldn't. He's like, I wouldn't recommend this to nobody. But
Dude, he works out like a pro athlete, more than pro athletes.
yeah,
He calls it the Iron Paradise. I know. Yeah.
Like these people are psychos. Like what these action stars do, like it's so organic because it's all about like now, like steroids in the Hollywood thing is so big now. Like they want you to be clean. They don't want you to juice, do all of that crazy shit because it brings down stocks.
If they get caught.
If they get caught,
Or if they die too. I think you can regulate it to where you're not dying. But yeah. Either way.
Like I just feel like but like a lot of these action stars, like they're fucking like again. Either way, Robert Pattinson, he could fucking work. He could work out, bro. He could look bigger than what the fuck he does, and he's pretty cut up. Like if you see him like kind of shirtless a little bit in the movie, you're like, all right, you're doing shit, but. By the Batman 2, you better be way bigger, bro. Like I want to see a bigger Batman. Like like he could definitely do it now. Like maybe the new movie you had to rush it. You had to get you how it is, a younger Batman. But like even young Batman was a stocky Batman. Like people have to remember this dude could lift 1,000 pounds.
And even like I remember looking up like this. There was a lot of correlations between superpowers on just what is listed as their superpowers, and almost everyone has like genius level intellect and super strength, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you do need to bulk up to look the part. I agree. I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, like and then like like how is he gonna fight Bane? Like that was the thing too. I used to hate about the Chris Nolan movies too. Or the Josh
I called him Christopher Knowles earlier. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's Chris Nolan.
Yeah, Chris Nolan movies like Christian Bale. He did really okay, cool for a while. But again, there's some skinny ass dudes. The only Batman that I felt that had the perfect body, like it or not, Ben Affleck. I looked at Ben and I said, you know what? That's a Batman. Sometimes he don't sound like it, and he kills people and he shoots them with guns. But that physique is Batman's physique, bro. Like
That
it's
physique will rip your neck apart for selling an
yeah.
eighth in an alleyway.
And yes, he's definitely, doing it. This Batman is aggressive and angry and evil. But I would say in the Snyder cut, Batman doesn't kill anybody. That's a good thing.
I mean, yeah, Batman's not supposed to kill.
Yeah.
Only if he was old school Batman, because only really the original few comics did Batman ever actually kill.
And there's like a whole thing, like, when Batman killed in the Dark Knight Returns and all that stuff, it was like at the end of his rope Batman. That's never a Batman that you should show to new viewers trying to learn about Batman. It's like the opposite. Like, why would you show them this when this isn't Batman? This is literally the Batman when he's against his morals and his roles and he's done. And it's like, you don't want to see that Batman. That Batman's a psychopath if you don't understand the Batman before that. Like, if you have no intellection, if you have no idea of what Batman is, and you just think like superheroes are good, and then you read Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, and you see this nigga kill the Joker, you go, yo, this guy's a fucking psychopath. What the fuck? This guy's a horrible hero. But then when you know Batman, like, yo, this dude's put the Joker away so many times, 1,000 fucking times, and he almost snapped for a second, and he basically fucking clacked his neck a little bit, and then he stopped. That makes you understand it more. It's like, that's why Zack Snyder sucks at fucking writing superhero movies. And don't get me started on on the Watchmen movie. My God.
I didn't even see that.
The Watchmen comic is such a great comic. It's such a nice little comic. Like, if you like The Boys, Sam, you will love Watchmen comic. Oh my God.
I do know about the Watchmen.
Like,
I haven't. Well, I've seen a bit of the movie, but I fell asleep.
yeah, it's the same concept as The Boys a little bit, but not as weird as The Boys. The Boys go really. Yeah, can we talk about that? How The Boys really got always something really nasty, like Translucent jerks off. That other bitch was a Nazi, racist. Yo, I forgot, dude. There's a racist superhero in that movie, bro.
Bro, there was so much fucked up shit about that show.
Bro, that shit was insane, bro. Oh my fucking God, bro. Yo, by next week, we gotta see Doctor Strange. So.
But yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it comes out, what, tomorrow?
Came out yesterday.
Or did it come out today?
It came out, yeah, what's today? Saturday? It came out yesterday. Alright.
Well,
After Dark Time?
either that or we could pivot back into Star Wars.
Okay,
if you guys had any other topic.
Sure, what do you have about Star Wars?
No, I mean, not a whole. We really dove into it last week. I thought you guys were going to dive into it more this week on some more of the Obi-Wan shit.
Yeah, we are just. Has Obi-Wan come out yet?
No, it hasn't come out yet.
I want to wait more until Obi-Wan comes out.
Okay.
So that we have more lore to talk about.
Well, and Kev's already texting plenty of people, so
I mean, Kev has been clocked. He's clocked out 30 minutes before this, so Kev, you can clock out officially now, and you can go do what you got to do.
Yo, I think I fucked myself. I think I drank too much.
Why?
Well, leave us on some wise words
I feel like
while we transition to IO after dark.
Just like a big ass shit.
Viewers appreciate that.
R.I.P. to my soul, God. Pray for me, y'all. My stomach hurt.
All right, bro. All right. IO After Dark.
All right.
Air horns.
You just immediately transition into it.
It's immediately. Now, what's going on, fellas? It's after dark.
I was cleaning out my palm.
Yo, nah, yeah, I'm about to clear out the bowl, like, bro.
We can cut this too. I mean, shit.
Nah, I'm actually, I've been, there's a reason why I rushed to IO after dark. I want to get in my bag a little bit more over here.
Okay. Can you give me like 2 minutes? No. 2 minutes. 1 minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could do a 60-second monologue.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Fill me in on
All right.
the rest.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So Sam, you remember? Well, Sam, you're just gonna listen. So park up put the car in park and enjoy the 60 seconds. So what's going on, everybody? IO After Dark. It is a day of feminism, like a week of feminism, I guess. Like in good and bad light. Like it's really so fucking annoying. Like this whole Roe v. Wade shit that's been going on and shit like that. Like all the uproar that's happening, and it's fucking annoying. And at the same time, while we're going through all that, Amber Heard is still trying to finesse.
Amber Turd. That's what it says on IMDb today. I don't know if you saw that.
Really?
Yeah, they changed it.
On IMDb?
Yeah, they changed it for like a millisecond. Somebody screenshotted it. Could be photoshopped. Who knows? Sorry, Sage.
He said it could have been photoshopped. Who knows? It's still under investigation. But yeah, bro, like this Amber Heard shit, I keep on watching it, and I'm like, this world is crazy, and I can't wait for the Megan Thee Stallion shit to come out, like, and I really want to ask y'all like about women lying. Cause you know they ask. I know women be talking about men lying, right? What's the punishment that we should go through, and all this other stuff, and blah blah blah. Women lying.
Okay, I got something on this. Just on the topic in general.
Yeah, how do y'all feel? What's y'all take? What do you think should be the punishment?
So, off rip, I'm looking up the dude now. His name's Brian Banks. Let's just go through this story.
Okay.
Dude he was a blue chip recruit, I believe, to USC, and he got caught up into a sex allegation, rape type scenario, right? Didn't get his scholarship, actually spent time in prison, and lost that whole time. He was a linebacker. He was a 5-star recruit. Doesn't get to go and play for USC, which at the time, in this time frame, they had already won 2 championships. I think it was coming on those. No, USC, the University of Southern California.
Oh.
The Trojans.
Sorry. It's just UFC. I was thinking.
No. I got you. But so he was going to play college there for a championship winning team. Like they had already won a championship or 2 at that point, going for a third when they had that crazy, I think it was a Rose Bowl against Texas where Vince Young came back. But he could have had an opportunity to go to the pros and make millions of fucking dollars. And instead he was spending time in prison. Now, since then, Pete Carroll was on the team that recruited him in college. And he did have him come out for a tryout years ago for the Seahawks. But it just didn't pan out. The guy wasn't in pro athlete shape. What now happens now that he's vindicated after being out of prison? What happens to that girl who lied and also got millions? Like, I know they said she had to pay it back. Well, she didn't have it. Okay. So they did nothing with it. What is the repercussions to come from it? I think you should have to serve jail time. I don't know if it's the equal amount. I don't know what a judge would. I'm not a judge. But I think that does warrant jail time for fucking lying and placing a man in prison.
I do believe that.
Even if it's not prison, even if it's taking away opportunities like this step.
If it's not prison, if it's probation, house arrest, something like that. Something to give her punishment for lying and ruining this guy's life.
No, fuck house arrest. We got like Uber Eats now. We got like DoorDash. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You got to go to a jail or a prison.
Jail, prison. Like, there's got to be some sort of punishment because, like, it ruins the guy's life. Even after he gets acquitted, it still ruins her life.
That's exactly why I've been sitting here now like I have all these conversations when people say like these words, like paint people a certain way, and I always bring them up. But like when they say that Cuomo's a rapist and shit like that, like like whether y'all like the dude or not, you're not calling
Facts are
someone,
facts.
yeah, calling someone that, like, just especially in this in the world that we're in now, where no one checks for facts. They just listen to the loudest noise. So as we sit here and then we think and we go, yo, that guy's a rapist. Johnny Depp's a woman beater and a rapist. Tory Lane shot at Megan and told
Dance,
her
bitch, dance.
to dance, bitch, dance, and he rolled down the window like he was a pimp in a fucking movie. Like like these things, people hear it and they retain it and they keep it. That's history. History is the shit that lasts the longest. If you last the longest, you get to tell your story. And that's
To the
what,
victor goes the spoils, right?
yeah. And it's so annoying. Like I remember back in the day, we used to look at, like, if Kanye West says Kim Kardashian raped me, right? And that got 2 billion views. And then we look at Kim Kardashian's response, where she literally shows video evident proof that Kanye raped her. Not saying that Kanye raped Kim or Kim raped Kanye. Just
Right, yeah.
hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Yeah. But she has proof that actually Kanye raped her. But that only got 200 million views. How do you think that's gonna pan out in an overworldly context? People around the
It's
world are gonna believe, nah, Kim raped Kanye.
it's because everybody is so reactionary,
Yeah.
and you take that first headline, and that's what is so infuriating about it too, is that the retraction will come afterwards, and that reactionary response will not be there whatsoever. It will be ignorant to the retraction, and the retraction's always 1,000 times quieter
And
than the initial
it's
post.
very annoying too. Like, it's very annoying when you talk, like, when we talk about rape, or abortion, or all these things, and no matter where you stand, people argue with you about their experiences, but not about the situation. And I hate that. Like, don't do that. Don't bring your personal shit into this situation. Always be rational. Because the minute you start bringing personal shit into outside situations, you're no longer thinking rational, and you're thinking straight emotional. Now, I'm not saying that to say, like, oh, half the shit's not racist, or half the shit isn't rape, or half the shit isn't womanizing, or none of that. I'm just saying, like, you're not standing in a good standing if your only argument is what you went through, and it doesn't have nothing to do with this situation. There's no really,
There's no nuance to it. There's no, like you
yeah,
said, checking the actual facts. It's
exactly. It's more like,
headline
now I
following.
have to
Yeah.
believe you because you said that you got raped by 18 guys. So now I have to believe that Johnny Depp is a rapist because you got raped by 18 guys. And if I say no, I'm now a dick. That
You're a rapist apologist.
Yeah, I'm a
That's what they
rapist
would say.
apologist or some shit like that. Like, it's
Or
like,
a woman beater
and
apologist.
it's
What?
and it's so annoying. Like, and it's like, in the way of being a sage, and this is why I bring this up. Like, to constantly have a conversation about everything. Like, I remember I was hanging out with these dudes at PlayStation, and I remember we was talking about fucking OnlyFans and shit, right? About, like, like a lot of my friends don't agree with the OnlyFans stuff. They don't fuck with bitches that have OnlyFans. The OnlyFans, blah, 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 they have, like, they really, like, they have strong emotions about that shit. But about me, I'm very questioning. I question what you guys think to see what the hell are you trying to, like, what are you trying to say, you know? And I remember I was doing that with one of them, and they got really upset. They're like, "Nah, you just want to argue." And it's like, I'm not trying to argue, but I am trying to create a conversation to try to create something where we can understand, like, why are you guys lying, and why if we do that, it's a it's oh my god, men are vile monsters and all that stuff, but women are never monsters. Women are always misunderstood. Men are either heroes or villains. Women are either princesses or they're women in struggle. Like it's never, they're never wrong, they're never bad, they're never anything. And then we have to sit here and then we have to wait until the bitch is 98 years old on her deathbed and she goes, "Yeah, you know what? Emmett Till didn't rape me." And it's like we have to wait until then, and where your ass is already dead, and that shit's just.
And that's probably the worst example too. Like it's just so horrible.
Yeah, and it's like, is that's what we have to do? Like, where is the line? And I'm tired of making this division crap. Like this division thing is so annoying. I'm over this. Oh, men, women, this and that. We're talking about equality. Then I want to see that energy across the board.
Well, with what you said too, I think it also applies to, to get into the conspiracy bag a little bit. I don't think they want us talking, like you said, you wanted to just have a conversation to gain understanding and learn from it. I think they've gotten so many people to the point that they just take the headlines and choose a side at this point, that they can't have that nuanced conversation. They can't have a conversation that explores every detail and every fact of the situation and come to an agreement or even a disagreement. And I think that's really what, quote unquote, they want. Like I'm talking about the elites.
Yeah.
But to the token of, let's scale it back down to just real world, to what you're talking about. When you do have those conversations with somebody, I think at this point, you just have to let it be. You just have to recognize that this person does not want to further the conversation or further explore the situation. And you have to just be like, I accept that I can't have a rational conversation with this person right now.
So I want to...
And just let it be.
So I want to talk about rape. No, not that. I want to talk about
flipping
abortion.
that.
I want to talk about.
I'm sorry. Yep. Okay.
If you
Yeah.
If you do clip it, right, send it to me as a soundbite so I can add it to the things. So it's like, I want to talk about rape. But
Yeah.
I want to talk about abortion, right?
Mhm.
And I want to have the conversation that the Senate should have had with the people now.
Okay.
So let's go back, right? And we're all gonna play roles here, okay? Because people hate me already, I will be pro banning abortion. Okay?
Okay.
Coin, I want you to be my opposer. Sam,
Okay.
I want you to mediate. Cool?
Because I don't give a fuck either way, anyways.
Exactly, right?
There we go.
Right?
Perfect.
This is a perfect thing, right? So we're Congress, right? We're the whole shebang, all right?
This is a great idea, by the way. I love how you thought of this.
Thank you. I'm a fucking sage, baby. That's what I do. Okay, so we're the whole shebang, right? We're the checks and balances, right? All right.
Okay.
I come up.
So it's just me and you in Congress. Just
me, you.
We're representing
and
sides.
I mean, me, you, and Sam, right? Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
Right. And I come up and I go, we have to ban abortion. Coin, give me your defense, and I'm going to give you mine, and then we're going to debate.
Okay.
Okay.
So for the side of allowing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people will take religion into it. And yes, this country was founded.
Pause.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. You cannot bring in religion. I'm sorry.
Okay. No. Okay.
Because of because of church and state, we are not allowed to bring in religion into these causes. Sorry.
All right. Okay. No. Okay. I got you. And just a side note on that too. We don't actually have separation of church and state, but I like the idea of it, so I will respect this, and I actually like this. So
redacted. Clip that as well. Like, Quinn got the best redacted voice.
Not finished. It was redacted. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, if I am pro life or pro choice, right? They you have to also take into account that there is no set law or really scientific basis within the government to determine when a child is alive.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, this isn't just expressing my beliefs. I'm just arguing beside it because there's a lot more nuance to it. But if you take that factual evidence, I don't think you can really enact law on abortion if you can't legally determine what is life. So that would be my first point. A second point would also be just situational. I know it's the easy one, like a woman gets raped, she should have, the choice. I think that often gets overlooked as just the easy argument for people that are pro life, but it is a situation that happens. I know it's rare, but it's there. So on the tail end of that, I would also say I would like to leave it up to state by state. But if we are here in the federal level vying for something, let's say it's just across board, and I'm a pro choice guy, I would have to just give you those arguments and then leave it to state. Like that's just my only defense right there. Is
Okay.
you can't legally determine what is life, so how can you legally determine
Okay.
abortion? Yeah.
Damn it. I'm gonna win this argument, Corey. Now I'm trying not to be the winning debater. Um.
I just know winning here. Like this is
I'm gonna
fun. This is
crush
fun.
you.
This is
Okay.
like
So
improv comedy without the
so
comedy.
leaving it by state is a horrible idea, and I'm gonna explain why. So
Okay.
certain things should be left state by state, but there's certain things that either we all do or we all don't do. So right now, my problem isn't whether or not determining what is a life and what is not. My problem is that I have out of 50 states, I have 38 states where abortion is extremely high. And with just one abortion, your risk of having another baby is extremely multiplied.
You could
So
almost
then
take it into
and then
sterilization.
and then we have and then we have people that do it multiple offenses where people just use it as a plan B pill. Whereas I feel like we were too, as a country, we made it too reliable to have these people have a plan B that they're not thinking about plan A enough. So I want to implement a tough love way. Right now, people we have over the past decade, teen pregnancies are skyrocketing, as well as single parent households because of them just having unprotected sex and just being reckless and not being able to handle having a new dynamic into their relationship and they just break up. So if we make people more responsible and who they're having sex with, that will lower STDs, that will lower pregnancies, that will raise safe sex conversations, that will raise safe sex awareness, and we don't have to damage females' bodies anymore. Now, if we do it state by state, then that means, let's say, if we do it state by state, and out of 50 states, 15 states allow abortions and 35 states don't, right? That means from those 35 states, people are going to travel from those states to those 15 free states and get abortions. So those abortions are going to be 10 times higher over there. Then that's gonna weigh into the fact that tourist attraction, robberies, theft, scams, botched abortions, and totally a bunch of other variables that we cannot handle. Whereas if we ban it all as a nation, then we can make it a mandate and it's a law. so we can all stand as one unit, and it'll be rough for a little while. Kids are gonna be kicking and screaming, but they're gonna understand later on when their wounds are healthy, and they can actually have kids and they can live longer.
They can teach their kids.
Defense.
You're supposed to be a moderator, Sam. Quit.
Sorry.
Yo, I'm telling you,
I'm kidding.
This.
I'm kidding.
This.
I'm kidding. I'm
We're
kidding.
banning.
Okay.
This is probably how the conversation went in Roe v. Wade. It's like I really want to have like this. Really, maybe I should have been the opposer. But
Okay. Well, we can reverse roles too. To that point,
sure.
where you're wanting to ban it on a federal level, I still would like to keep the federal government as far away from the people's rights as their state government. Because I think where you live is often going to determine your community, often going to determine where people can decide to live and have their values there and communicate with one another and really be a society in general, like neighborly, all this other thing that we're losing through the internet, right? And I get that's a far stretch for abortion. I'm just saying states' rights should supersede federal rights, but I think we can just nullify that there. To my point, though, is the government cannot, like, I didn't hear a rebuttal on exacting when someone does come into life and when they are considered a fetus. So I would have to still argue that point to we don't have an establish on life. How can we have an establish on death?
So explain life to me.
So and this would just be my take.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's still a consensus that it starts when you no longer are relying on anyone else for nutrients, right? Pregnancy, the umbilical cord, right?
Okay. So there's single cells that are alive that don't never needed nutrients, never needed an umbilical cord. They just cells. Right?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, you gave me the hard part. All right. And I tried my best.
I know, Coin, but I really need you to be in character because we're being
I know, I got you.
So we gotta keep on. Like I know
Go.
I'm like Kobe Covington right now, bro.
Just go.
So so if these things are so we consider that life. So from the minute a sperm hits the egg and that evolution happens, even at the smallest state, doesn't that count as life? Because the 15 chromosomes equals the other 15 chromosomes, and that equals up. It hasn't loaded up yet.
Maybe 23 and 23, but yeah.
Yeah, we're at 23 and 23. Damn, I mean,
23 pairs, yeah.
I must be
Bro, I didn't know that.
I must be missing some chromosomes. Fucking retarded. But yeah, like, it's so if why can't we count that as life? Why do we have to count it until when it has a heartbeat? Why do we have to count it when it has conscious life?
Because how do we count when you're dead? When someone dies and they cease to exist, right? We have a set evaluation of what that is. Mm-hmm. We do not have a set evaluation of what is actual life. What do we consider life now? We consider life as, and this is just taking it into life, but what do we do when a person is born? We give them a birth certificate. We give them a social security number. They're breathing on their own. They still need nutrients required from a parent, right? But they're still a viable life form at that point that we consider governmentally. So why is it not established yet? And with it not being established specifically, I don't think you can establish specifically abortion rights.
All right. So that is why. So to me, I'm not talking about that life, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking about whether or not we should kill a life or take away a life. I'm more worried about females
Okay.
and the mothers and their lives and what their body goes through and what the trauma that they go through. I'm also talking about the responsibility that people have to take in having sex. Now, I know a person that she's had like 6 abortions. I'm almost sure she can't have kids anymore. Like her wound is that weak, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many other women are like that? And she struggles. She wants to have kids, but she can't because she used an aggressive plan B.
Okay. So to your point as well,
So wait, hold on.
if w-
Wait, hold on.
okay.
Why can't these women that get these babies and they just live it out full term, and we create organizations where those mothers that want to give up their kids while they're going through their um while they're going through being in late being pregnant, they're getting paid, they're getting taken care of, they're not dealing with stress, having to go to work, having to pay. No. You guys are taken care of. You guys are comfortable because we understand. You made a mistake. Okay, cool. You made a mistake. I get it. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna pay for your rent. We're gonna give you a nice little allowance so you can get going. And if you don't want the baby, we'll ship it off. But if you want the baby, you don't have a job to work, guess what? You're front in line in getting federal aid. You're front in line in getting low income housing. You're front in line in doing this and that and that. We're trying to help you. We're trying to make your mistake a success rather than doing the extreme option. Like if we can't sit here as a Congress
Mm-hmm.
and understand that abortion is an extreme force of action, then that's pretty insane. Because while your standing is my body, my choice, we are saying it's your body, your choice. And while we gave you the option to have your body, your choice, we see from our data that you've chose the most extreme, drastic, dramatic thing. And understood. I get it. There's people that get raped, that get into these traumas, where you would have to get it aborted. It's to me, those people that are in those situations are no different than a woman that is having a pregnancy complication and they tell her,
Last point out about that.
okay,
How many girls do you think would abuse that system though?
I mean, then at
Get
the end,
pregnant just to give the kids just so they could get government aid.
I mean, at the end of the day, why not? Then that's something else that we have to take care of. But if we're but I that it's way easier having to deal with debt from our country than having to deal with millions and millions of girls having fucked up wounds, being having fertile problems, having the trauma of having a baby cut up inside of you and sucked out, you know?
So my response to you would be, if we're in a Congress, which by the way, Congress is predicated on the word congregating, coming together
Mm-hmm.
to solve this problem within the government's for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're just talking, I would have to concede to you to those problems. Those complications are are something that we need to address because we cannot have sterility within our own population if we want to continue to grow as a country. We cannot have mass sterility. I understand that's a problem. Now, I am still on the side of the choosing, right?
Okay.
But the program, the idealistic program that you that you speak of, and not idealistic in a bad way. It is idealistic in the sense of the word to allow people to get pregnant and keep the baby and also get assistance. But that systems like that already exist, like a WIC, like tax returns. You do get more off of those. You do get financial help in these different forms, right?
Okay.
Food stamps is one. Now, the system could be abused. Yes, I think there probably are people abusing the system. I don't think it's as much as people would say, but let's just say that the system gets abused that way as well. At least we have us as a country making sure the country is intact. We're on Hokage level right now. We're trying to think and really represent the people and make sure that they're taken care of. I would say that there are already systems in place, like I said,
I'll meet you in
but
the
I
middle.
would concede to you about the sterile problems.
I'll meet you in the middle. Let's say we leave abortions open.
Okay.
We'll leave it to you get 2 abortions a lifetime. All right. Whereas it's your body, your choice, but it's our choice to serve you. And after 2 abortions, you're gonna have to think of other things, right? And instead of government stuff and all that stuff, because a lot of us lived off the government. You know that the government stuff is whack, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got all these billionaires, right? All these Ziggy. How many billionaires are there in the world right now?
They're 143. Jesus, that was way off.
270, 270 billion. There's
270 billionaires? That's crazy when there's only 7 billion people in this world.
and think of how many trillion-dollar companies that there are. There's only what, like 1 or 2?
So we have all these billion-dollar companies, right? So how about the billion-dollar companies? They all form together and they put a big ass money of their interest, right? Because they don't like to pay taxes, right? Hey, you don't want to pay taxes? Put 25% of your income into this little pocket right here, where it makes sure that women that are pregnant get taken care of throughout their pregnancy. After that, they get six months of financial aid, so they can be with the baby. From there, they get put into a housing. They get taken care of. Why not? There's enough billion-dollar companies that can fund that with ease.
And this is assuming that, you know, they aren't funding our campaigns and like this is just assuming that corporations and government isn't
But this is
directly
Congress, right?
involved.
This is
Yeah.
Congress, right? So this is everybody, every seating person in this motherfucking Supreme Court, right? Or everybody here. We all got people in our pockets. These companies, right? That they want us to do favors for them. So that, like I said, there's some things that are left for state by state, but there's certain things that are unanimous or it's none. This will be unanimous. Every business that you got business with, you're strong arming them. If they're not signing this, if they're not agreeing to this, then you're not pushing over their deals. They're gonna have to pay taxes. You're putting the IRS in their ass. You're doing all that annoying shit that you do to everybody in the hood to weasel them. You're gonna do it to them times 1,000. Again, this is a conversation that I'm saying that I wanted our sitting people to have. You see how this conversation elevates, and yeah, it's crazy, and it made
We were playing roles, but it was still civil.
Yeah, and it was far fetched, right? But it's no different than when I stood there in the VOP Political Shock when the whole George Floyd thing happened. When LeBron was like, "Yo, I'm gonna stop playing basketball," and then he got up after 2 games and he said, "I talked to my best friend Obama, and he said that I should keep on playing." And I was saying how stupid that was. I was saying how much you guys had a prime way a prime opportunity to make some real moves. Like I always talk about this, how the mob used to really move in New York City, how they used to weasel the fucking New York City government into doing what the fuck they wanted to do by literally stopping the union. Like, yo, we want this done. Nah, I bet. They call the union, yo, stop all the paper from fucking coming in. Stop all the bread. And you know what? Stop all the meat too. New York City's in a fucking standstill for hours, backed up, calls being rung in, everything's going on. Trade Center's fucking upset. The people back then, they could have done the same thing. Every able black person in this country could have stood up and said, I'm not doing shit today. I'm standing outside.
And that's the ultimate resistance too, right?
Every business CEO, every basketball player that owns that fucking industry. Because that was what I was really talking about. All these celebrities, all these basketball players that are loved by these white billion racist motherfuckers. Oh yeah. How about LeBron James, AD, Kuzma, fucking Curry, fucking Draymond, Clay's white ass too could fucking join in. You know,
don't disrespect him. He's got the cleanest jumper I've ever seen, bro.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like, no disrespect to Clay, but I'm saying, like, they all just sit out. You feel me? KD, Westbrook, they become friends again. They sit out. Everybody sits out. Then we go to baseball. The fucking Yankees sit out. All the Dominicans in the fucking Mets, which is basically all the fucking Mets, sit out. You know? Fucking all the fucking foreign players that the Boston Red Sox niggas be fucking getting that fucking suck after 6 months. They sit out because they want to fit in and fuck America and do all the other shit. How about that? And then we go to football and my boy Cam Newton sits out. My boy AD sits out. My boy Tom Brady's white motherfucking ass decides to go, you know what? I'm gonna stand with my brothers. And he gets Gronk to come out of retirement too. And he sits out. And they all sit out.
He comes out of retirement.
He comes out of retirement to get a deal to sit out. You know, and then Tiger Woods comes in. He does a fucking hole-in-one. And he goes, you know what? I'm sitting out. And then he sits out. And then everybody sits out. Do you have
something after this?
Yes. How much power that will show. Like, as funny as I was saying it, how much power it would show if every colored motherfucker just stood still and just made the whole machine just stop working. Like, we can do that now. It's not back in the 1776s when 400 of us was all just slaves and we didn't know how to read and we know how to write. We're some smart motherfuckers. So now,
can I give pushback to that?
Well,
oh, sorry, you're gone.
Now I bring it up to this. We got a big ass problem. We got a big ass thing. Congress sits here and we talk about how much we care about our females and blah 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 and yada 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 and all this other stuff. Why didn't we do that? Why didn't we have this conversation? I'm not saying that I understand and I'm justifying why the Republicans are pushing back abortion. I'm just saying that I understand their argument, and it's not just about life. Money is being spent. Companies like Planet Parenthood are capitalizing on this. Like, they're capitalizing on your tragedy. Like, a lot.
Something like 70% of Planned Parenthood institutes are in black neighborhoods too.
They relish on that shit. They're not trying to help you. They want you. They're feeding off of you. That's why the fucking condoms in there suck. Like, it's like, I'm just, you know, I get their argument. It is frustrating. It's like when Trump was around and he took out food stamps and all that shit out of Detroit. Yeah. Is it harsh? Yes. Is it fucked up? Yes. But are people abusing the system? Is things happening that shouldn't be happening? And do we need to find a new solution? Yes. Are we not finding a new solution because people just like the things of how it is? Yes. Is the only way for us to find a solution is for us to cause a drastic change? Yes. Am I saying that banning abortions is a safe route, boys and girls? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that we are not dumb human beings anymore. We have so much power. How many females are celebrities right now? How many females are working in the business? How many females are controlling a piece of this big cog in this big industrial fucking thing? How about y'all just stand still? But at the same time, while you guys are standing still, bringing back abortions, y'all also have that conversation about safe sex. Y'all also have that conversation about, yo, if you fucking don't do the pull out, wrap it up, get on birth control, do something.
Yeah, the plan B.
And
Don't not even that. If that's it,
no,
that's the last resort. But like, just think planning.
But yeah, I'm not even saying like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's important. Like literally, I get that.
Yeah, Coin, you were saying?
I just wanted to chime in and really bring it back because I think you brought it back to reality with that, right? That was such a. I love what you said. I do want to give pushback to one thing you said, and then also go on another. But I'll let you retaliate to what I give pushback on.
Okay.
So you said if everybody stood still too,
Mm-hmm.
and really took a stand and stopped. I think that's asking too much of each individual. And here's what I mean by that. It's not asking too much of the individual in the sense of they have the time, they have the money to do this. But as you're asking them to stop making these millions of dollars and assuming maybe that they're not also doing philanthropic things like LeBron James's school, all these other things, like they're also helping people with the money that they're making.
Okay.
So asking them to stand still also hurts other people.
That's what a sacrifice is, though, man.
I know. You're asking multiple individuals to
Yeah.
give up their dreams
Yeah.
for this one singular goal.
We ask people every day to sign a contract and give up their lives and their rights and go far, far away. Right?
Mhm.
What makes that so different? Because you have a school that takes care of other people. Why is that school not backing LeBron James? Not saying that that's it's not saying that that school isn't, but I'm saying that like when I hear that, I think about Susan B. Anthony. I think about the Women's March. Think about those women that literally risked it all. You know, those women. Yeah, they didn't have billion-dollar companies. They didn't have that stuff, but they had families. They had kids. They were in danger of not seeing their kids. Those men they're in danger of getting beaten. Their lives were on the line. You know, that was the urgency of
Mhm.
that moment to be equal, to fight for this moment. You know, when I remember reading that in school, I was so empowered. And I remember that was the only time in my life that I wanted to have breasts, not because I wanted to feel it. Like I was like, wow, that was so fucking cool. That's so badass.
Why did
You
that
know,
make you want to have breasts?
because being a woman was kind of cool.
Think just having titties?
Yeah, like
Yo,
you
go
know,
get surgery. You can have titties, bro.
like you know, like and
I
now
get what you're saying
and
though.
now
I'm
we
I'm
take
just
it
making
here,
fun
and
of it.
you're saying that it's not that big. Why not? You're losing
I'm
your right.
I'm not saying it's not that big. I'm just saying it's asking a lot of each
I don't feel like
individual.
it's asking a lot. Oh, that was what I meant to say. You saying that it's asking a lot. I feel like I'm not asking enough
Okay.
because I'm asking just the females, and that's not even enough. And all the men should be standing still as well. You know, that's what the big push play goes. You know, like when you go from millions to billions, you sacrifice. You put hundreds of millions on the line to either make it or break it to hit that billion, you know?
Hmm.
So when I ask billionaires to do that thing that they do every day, to do it for something that can help society and that can
Hmm.
help the world and not just their pockets, it makes me see like, yo, you don't really care when you say
Yeah.
certain things. That's why I love Sandra Bullock. Like it's super side note. Sandra Bullock is like the realest bitch in the world, bro. Like when she says she's down, that she fucks with black people and she's here with the culture. She's down with the culture. She does black movies. She does black
She didn't
projects.
just pull hot sauce out of
Yeah,
her a purse.
she adopted black kids in low income housing and made them lives better. Like she's down with the shits, bro. Like I fucks with that.
Another one, even I mean, it's not Black Americans, but like Justin Wren,
Yeah.
ex UFC fighter. He's building wells for the pygmies in the Congo. He's gotten like typhoid fever, dude. Like
And
just going there. Like
it's like, you know,
there's people that are there for the cause.
and
Yeah,
it's like I think about, and I hate to bring it up to Annie, but then I think about shit like Naruto and Luffy, you know? Luffy got mad dreams. Luffy got mad expectations. Luffy got his whole team that they got their own dreams. And he'll put that shit aside to go to fucking Eddie's lobby and cause war with the world government just to bring back another person. Like that's that energy, you know, that's that captain's energy, you know? And it's not just in TV shows, you know? Like when you look at our founding fathers, when you look at George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, these niggas weren't bums. They weren't bum niggas in the street that was like, yo, fuck
they
you.
were our age. Well,
They were-
not Ben Franklin. He was old as shit, but they
respected, well-known niggas in their fucking crafts in England. And they got together and they said, yo, we're gonna put all our shit on the line and we're gonna go to war with the biggest motherfuckers in the world. Tell me how that's no different than what it is right now.
we need a revolution.
Why not? You know? Where's that energy? Everybody talks about the risk. The risks are there. Don't tell me about the risk. Tell me about what the fuck we can do to make that risk percentage just a little bit smaller. Because if we can make it a little bit smaller, then we can make it a little bit smaller more.
Yeah, one step at a time, right?
That's exactly
one day at a time.
Like, you know, but we don't
1% at a time.
So what did Congress do? They sat down, they made a whole big thing, they debated and yelled, they did all this stuff, and then they banned Roe v. Wade. And abortions is banned all nationwide. And we went back 10 fucking steps.
Which is hilarious too. Side note, just a little piece of history. The chick that Roe v. Wade was based on, she actually is very anti-abortion now, and she lied about the situation that got that pushed through Congress. Just a little piece of history. She has a book out. I can't remember the name of it.
She's still alive.
Maybe. I know her book is still out, but I just learned that today that the chick that this whole thing was based on, her getting raped, that was a lie. And then now she is very anti-abortion, and it's just, you know, either way you sit on the political spectrum or either side of that, I just want to appreciate what you did today, where you just had me play a part and you play a part too, because that is how Congress should work. Because that is how our representatives, not our leaders, our representatives should act. And not to get too political, but I did want to appreciate that. But now I want to bring it back to reality. When you say, like, I want these billion-dollar corporations to do this, I want these athletes to do this, I think we have to also understand everybody has an owner. You have, at that top level, you have an influence above you at every step of the way. And every influence that you have on you, they have an influence above them, right? It's this sick hierarchy that exists within our society and within our government and corporations. They're all just kind of one, just kind of playing. They're just playing, you know, pass the ball back and forth. You remember what's that game called? Where there's a dude in the middle, monkey in the middle, where you like throw the ball over the dude and you got to chase it and you got to try to intercept it to become the passer, right? We're the monkey in the middle right here. We really don't have that control because they're going to, like you said in Congress, they're just really going to do whatever they want with the majority. And I don't even think the majority is a majority. I think the whole thing is a majority. And that's conspiracy bag, I know. But when you think about left wing and right wing, I think it's two wings on the same bird. They're all really getting paid by these corporations to enact these laws that, one, affect us, and two, cheapen the price of taxation and even give them government subsidies to these corporations, to which they give back for campaigns. And it's just a constant flowing cycle of monkey in the middle. So that's where I wanted to also like I appreciate the role play right there. Like that's what I want Congress to be as well on both sides. But to bring it back to reality, it's just not that. It's just people playing with our money that we give them. And yes, they do give back. And there are people abusing the system, but they've also been abused by the system. If you think about the government, the Iran Contra affair, and bringing in crack into urban neighborhoods and black neighborhoods and just poor neighborhoods, and just take that into the private prison industry. This isn't conspiracy talk. This actually happened, and they're profiting off of us every step of the way. And that's where I just wanted to bring it back to reality. It's not about civil discourse at this point. To me, I think it's elites versus us.
We need a mafia for billionaires.
They took out the mafia though.
That's the thing. Like like I just think like man, like how the mafia really broke the government down on its knees and showed them like yo, like as the people, we're mad strong. That's what we gotta do to these clandestine motherfuckers. Like they really think that they're untouchable, and it's like I really want to get $1 billion just so I could create a $1 billion mafia group and just strong arm all these niggas and just.
By the way, we're just kidding, NSA.
Not NSA, come find me, bro. Sage Elias, bro. What's up? I ain't scared of y'all. I'm gonna
Quint
really
69.
let me know. I'm gonna be the next Pirate King. Fuck out of here. Y'all
No,
gotta know
but
me.
But yeah, I agree with you too. And even in back in the mob days, Mo, like she's big into the mafia stuff, and she taught me a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot more like they had a code, man.
Yeah.
The government doesn't have a code. These are fucking savages, killers. They don't give a fuck about who supports them, who doesn't support them. They care about money, greed, and power. That's all they fucking care about. They don't even care about respect. They just want all the fucking power, all the money, and the mob really had a code. They were like, you don't kill women, you don't kill children. We're taking care of our neighborhoods. We get back to our neighborhoods. It was much more local level government without being government.
Yeah, slimy shit happened, but at the end of the day, like
Slimy shit happens with government too, though.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like as a country, we gotta really, we have to really do better. We have to stop settling.
I agree, and we never really planned on getting political, but I really loved how we touched on that there. That was great.
Nah, yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it. Like it was just really on my heart. Like this whole Amber Heard shit, this whole Roe v. Wade shit. Everybody's talking about it, and it's just kind of annoying.
Can we get back into the depth shit though?
100%, man. What's up?
Because I think I told you off stream. I was like, this is real. Like I think this is real. Like he was actually he lost the franchise of Pirates of the Caribbean, all this stuff. Until I saw Amber Heard like appear to snort a bump from a fucking napkin. And then I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, you sent me that, right?
Yeah. And I was like, she really tried that.
Was she?
Where the cameras are always on.
Was she snorting coke in a napkin?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what it was. We don't even know if she was snorting. But I know when I blow my nose, I cover my nose. She lifted it up to her nose, did a sniff, and then covered one of her nostrils to sniff the rest. You don't sneeze inward, all right? So that's where I get to the point where I'm like, all cameras are on you. Everybody's watching this. Is this a distraction now? Now I'm thinking it is more than it is real. I think Johnny Depp is also caught up in it. I don't think he'll ever go back to the Pirates of the Caribbean. I think he's fed up with it. But I think this is also, by design, a show. I think two things can be true at once.
I feel like, okay, let's meet at the middle. All right, we're meeting at the middle, motherfucker. Okay, I'm not gonna dinosaur
Bundles.
Shit around. All right,
Bundles.
Yeah. I feel like what's happening with Johnny Depp is real, but just like the OJ situation, Amber's team, which is connected to the clandestines, which is ruling the world, is making it a distraction.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, like I feel like right now the celebrity shit is like stocks for these motherfuckers. And they
Hmm.
see shit that's buzzy and they go, is this distraction worthy? Okay, cool, and then they throw it. Sometimes it sticks, it doesn't. Okay, cool. What's another distraction worthy thing? Ooh, the Johnny Depp thing is getting some buzz. They go, all right, distraction this shit, add extra stuff, add extra
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's how the algorithm works now. Where like a lot of these things, except for the Chris Rock and Will Smith shit, 100% of distraction, 100% staged, 100% bullshit.
Now, do you think Chris Rock was involved with it? I know we talked
Oh,
about this off air.
100%, bro. 100%, bro. Even more so that the dude's mom is popping up talking about this shit, man.
His brother. Do you see the
Oh my god,
Tony
bro.
Rock thing?
That was a
He's like,
little
I'll beat his ass.
extreme. But then when his
Yeah.
mom came out, and then even recently now, like you heard, like he said some shit. He's like, yo, I got smacked by the softest dude in rapping. And it
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
bro, honestly, that's like, bro, Will Smith isn't even a rapper no more. Bro. Like, it was like, bro, like, this is so trash. This is such BS. I haven't
You
seen
know
anything
where
in forever. I feel like it was super staged. I feel like Will Smith wanted an exit plan, so he made a deal with the clandestines, and he was like, yo, I want to be canceled. I want to take a break. I'm tired of doing this. And he's going to go back to living his own life where he's excluded.
and bad publicity is still publicity, right?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I thought the same thing. Like I thought, oh, Chris Rock was in on it initially. I still don't know if he was in the know because they wrote that joke for him, and then he was still very confused as Will approached him.
How do you know
Now,
that they wrote that joke for him?
it's been proven. Like they said that joke was written by someone else for him to present. The GI Jane joke in question. Now, I don't want to just bring back up the Will Smith shit and all that, but here's why I think it was also real is because he was there at the Chappelle show when Chappelle got attacked and had that just ready. Like he's a comedian, he got it ready. Maybe he was in the know. I can empathize with your argument. All I'm saying is they beat the fuck out of that dude at the Chappelle show. Like that was not like I couldn't imagine the dude coming on stage just for Chris Rock to have that line just for publicity's sake. They beat the his arm looked like to quote Cat Williams a bent back paperclip. Like it was just like his arm was fucked up, right? So I can empathize with what you're saying about maybe Chris Rock was in the know, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I tend to think he wasn't, but it was staged. Like Will Smith knew about
Do
it.
you think the thing that happened wasn't staged?
Oh, for Chappelle or Rock?
Chappelle.
No. Dude, they beat the fuck out of him.
So you're saying at the Hollywood Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
where the most gangsters niggas are there, and you
Mm-hmm.
know that they're there, some guy of a plastic gun that's
No, he
that
had a
has
a gun
plastic,
shaped knife.
yeah, a plastic gun shape that had a knife clip, right? Whatever
Yeah.
that shit, right? Went up on stage, attacked Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle maneuvered that shit, got him down. Jamie Foxx jumped up, stomped his ass out.
It wasn't Jamie Foxx.
And then Cowboy Hat. No?
No, Jamie Foxx came out later, but I mean, well, it could have been Jamie Foxx stomping him out, but there was a
Yeah, a
multitude
bunch
of
of people.
people.
Yeah,
It was a yeah. I just don't want to say it was just Jamie Foxx.
Buster Rhymes. Now
Yeah.
that's the thing too. Like, if you know Dave Chappelle, if you go to Dave
Mhm.
Chappelle shows or stuff like that, you know his entourage. One, because his entourage is big, known ass people. So
Mhm.
that person that was there, he saw Buster, big ass Buster there, and saw all them other goons, and said, "Yo, I'm gonna get up on stage and stab the fuck out of Dave Chappelle." And you don't think that was staged? Am I
I will
too?
say,
Am I too in the rabbit hole, or
I would say you are just because of the fact that his form was terrible. He tried to tackle him. He didn't try to do anything. Like, who would willingly, knowingly, like a conspiracy, go in to attack Dave Chappelle and get their fucking ass beat and something where the side of his head looked like a fucking that map that has the terrain on
I
it.
know a bunch of people that get their ass kicked like that and get money. It's called niggas that suck at the UFC. Like, I'm not understanding. You're not
Yeah, but you
that bust.
okay?
So like, look, let's go back into context now.
Okay.
Let's since the Will Smith thing, right? The conversation was, our celebrity is gonna be approached and attacked and blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Ti thing happened, right? Where Ti went up on stage and he did all that stuff, right?
And I don't even know if that's related, but is a good point.
In this story, right?
Mm-hmm.
It opened the door
For people getting up on stage with the
people
comedian.
getting up on stage.
Yeah.
So now, how are you gonna close that door indefinitely? They tried it once, really earlier in the beginning of this thing with Wiz Khalifa, where he said, "Yo, you get up on my stage, I have a gun on me always." And they thought maybe that's gonna get the message out. Nah, low-rank comedians are still probably getting up on stage. I've been seeing a bunch of fucking videos of it. Comedians getting attacked on stage now. And I laugh. And I'm like, yo.
It's not a laughing matter, though. I mean, it's funny like when it happens.
Listen,
but you're like,
nah,
it's
get the
over.
fuck out of here. I'm laughing. I'm laughing the fuck out of you, the comedian. I'm laughing at the dude that's attacking. First of all, it's the same shit at Chris Rock, bro. Listen, and actually, no, Chris Rock has things, because you probably didn't even expect the dude from the Wild Wild West was gonna fucking smack you. But you're at a comedy club making fun of somebody, and the dude's rushing over at you, yelling at you, and you let him touch you? You let him get up on stage and grab you? Bro, I don't want to hear a sympathy shit, bro. You should have kicked him in his face, bro. What are you doing? What are y'all?
It reminds me of an old comic video I saw. The dude was performing on stage, and he did a musical thing with a guitar. And a dude tried to rush the stage, and he just hit him with the guitar in the head. And everybody was like, "Oh, that's too much." No, motherfucker, that needs to happen.
Human instincts: fight or flight. Fight, and if you're gonna fight, don't bitch, nigga. Don't be like, "Oh my god, I had no idea he was gonna grab me." Really? You just thought he was just gonna run up on you? You just thought he was just gonna stand in front of the stage like he was at church trying to give himself to Christ? Like, the fuck do you think is gonna happen? Yeah. Fight, bro. That's just space. So anyway, besides that, that's becoming a thing. So now the people are like, man, how are we gonna sell this little story? And they go, Chris.
What's the climax, right?
And they go, Chris, you really want to get one at Will? Right? Because Chris is probably tight. He's like, everybody thinks I'm a bitch now.
You're really selling me on this, dude. I never thought you'd sell me on a conspiracy.
Bro, I'm telling you. You're sitting there with Busta. I'll tell you right now, yo. You want someone to convince you to do something, bro? Send fucking Busta Rhymes, bro. Busta Rhymes, he's like, I just want you to know somebody's gonna attack Dave Chappelle, and then you're gonna come up and say a Will Smith joke, and then we're gonna stomp that nigga out, you heard? You know? And it's gonna be like, yeah, Busta, you got it. Like, not a fucking problem. Like, and that's what happened. Like, there's no way. Like, you're gonna tell me that some random dude, and he looked. I tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know.
He looked weak, bro.
That dude hasn't spoken yet, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be the story.
Okay.
The dude is a part of the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
He's been hating Dave Chappelle for the longest.
That's what the headline was, right? It was trans jokes. Was
I don't know.
The motivation.
I don't know, but I bet you that's what they're spinning it off of. Because the minute I saw him, even with his beaten up face, I go, yeah, he looks gay. Like, he looks gay as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's just like, that's just what it is. And it's like, I saw that shit, and I saw all the videos. I saw Joe Rogan talking about it.
He said Dave had good hips. He was like,
yeah, Dave got good hips.
He's like, look at him try to sprawl right there. He's like a UFC commentator.
Yo, Joe could talk up anybody except for Stephen A. Smith. All right?
Yeah.
Anybody throws a kick, Joe Rogan tells you your best quality of that whack ass kick. except for Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith throws a punch. This nigga had a whole 30-minute segment of literally shitting on Stephen A. Smith. Like, fucking Joe Rogan is the best. He's like, yo, Dave is, he's good as hips. He got some martial arts in him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Joe,
It was
stop.
hilarious.
No, he doesn't, Joe. No, the fuck.
Yeah.
No, the fuck he doesn't, Joe Rogan. You're not gonna sell me on that, all right? You got me on that fucking You got me on the weed and that crazy drug, DMT. You got me on all those other things. You're not gonna get me on fucking Dave Chappelle's a secret martial artist on the side. The fuck? I was like, stop it. Like, this is insane, bro. That shit was so staged, and I loved it. I knew what it was. It was for.
Can I counter again?
Sure, counter.
Okay. So you're still on the staged argument.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on the leaning of the. I mean, do you remember when I can't remember what it was called. Sticks and Stones was before it. But the latest one where he had trans jokes, and he talked about his trans friend that died, and just also happened to joke. He's a prolific joke. He's the GOAT. Like I know we throw that around a lot, but I think he's like the most prolific comic. He takes you to places you don't expect to be, and you still laugh.
Super side note. Speaking of GOAT, my new dream is for my UFC character in my game to become the GOAT of UFC 4.
Oh hell yeah!
Side note over.
Well then
I want to get the GOAT of F1.
There you go.
There you go. Right, Sageway Gaming and that _ Trash Panda Gaming.
But yeah,
to see the GOAT. But yeah, so the staged thing, I can give a counter because like Dave got so much pushback. Like they were trying to cancel him. They held rallies. It did nothing. I think there's just something that was just a frustration. Like, how is he allowed? And when I say how is he allowed, I'm entering the mind of these people that think that, oh, this oppression is too much and this free speech of comedy is what's hurting me. And that's what I don't like, how they push this Dave Chappelle anti-trans narrative. So I think they just had that in their mind, and that dude may have had it in his mind to the point where I could see it staged to the point where security's laxed. But I don't see Dave Chappelle going along with it because that doesn't fit Dave Chappelle's narrative. Dave Chappelle turned down $50 million. He went to Africa. Everyone in Hollywood and the media called him a crackhead. He came back to Netflix, right? Did those 2 specials, did 2 more specials, was big. Did the Sticks and Stones, and then it was like, okay, you're making fun of LGBTQ. And then, okay, you made fun of trans even more. You doubled down on it. And we protested outside of Netflix headquarters and nothing happened. I just don't see Dave Chappelle, and maybe I'm looking at it from like he's a comic, right? I think I herald comics to like the highest degree because they're the most real. They're the most in touch with reality. Otherwise, they couldn't make us laugh and at our reality, right? So I don't see him doing that and agreeing to do a stage thing like that where someone also gets beat the fuck up. I think that guy, sure, security could have let him through or been laxed, whatever it was. But I think he did get on the stage on his own volition to attack Dave. And that was his goal. He was like, I am doing this not just for me, but for everybody that got ignored on those protests. Everybody that's been made fun of through his jokes, keyword fucking jokes. And I still have to stand on that because I don't see Dave going into a staged event like that. I could be wrong, but that's my counter argument.
Counter argument to your counter argument.
Okay.
So you don't see him doing that because, you know, he's the guy that turned down 50 mil from Comedy Central, so he wouldn't be a part of this stuff, right? He's a renegade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's put it in a different perspective. What if right now Chris Rock's name is being really fucking thrown in the mud? At the end of the day, he's being sympathized. To a black man, it's pretty bad. doesn't seem tough. He looks weak. And he's always struggled about being weak as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Everybody hates Chris. I mean,
so right now, Chris Rock is being attacked. And comedy right now has opened the great door of attacking people on stage. So Dave Chappelle, the number one dude he is, the great mind thinker, the dude that can think of 1,000 skits. He sits down, he goes, Chris, I'm going to help you. He goes, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk back. Because he hasn't, that's the whole reason why. Like, Chris Rock hasn't talked yet. People wanted him to talk about it. He hasn't really talked about it yet.
mm-hmm.
And then Dave is like, I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk back and stand tall. So, that attacker comes. The play is set. Everything happened. Dave Chappelle is in the squabble. Chris Rock comes up out of nowhere. Turns over.
Was that Will Smith?
Turns over to the mic. Was that Will Smith?
Right.
Oh my God, Chris! Oh my God, he's back! Yeah. Oh, how great! Da da da. And now,
especially after he said during his stand-up tour, "I'm still processing it. I don't want to talk about it." And then you drop that.
And now he says, "I got smacked by the softest rapper." You don't think that was staged? I don't know, man. I must be deep.
No.
Here's
No. Because you're exemplifying the thing that I always say, which is everything is pro wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a chance to manipulate the crowd and manipulate the audience. At this point, the audience is digital. Everybody's gonna have a clip of this shit. I can see where you're coming from too. I just think it's also discounting Chappelle's pride.
Why?
If that makes sense. Because why want to work with the people that really fucked you over and that talk shit about you on the media?
It's not working with anything.
Okay, can you explain to me how they orchestrated it then?
Dave Chappelle, like it's
In your theory,
it helped the higher ups for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't a need, you know? And the outcome justifies the need. Because the outcome was for Chris. Well, the need was for Chris. So even if the clandestines get their distraction and they get their motive and everything goes full circle, which honestly they would want comedy to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why they wouldn't want this Dave Chappelle thing to happen. They would want more people to get more attacked so they could start canceling comedy. Comedy's, this is people are saying crazy things. So they wouldn't want this to happen. So at either way, if you really debate it, Dave Chappelle is still doing Dave Chappelle shit because he's saving comedy. He's making comedy safe. He gave Chris Rock his voice back. Dave Chappelle doesn't care about if somebody attacks Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has said multiple times that he's not a fighter. So
now, to your point, I think there could be a meet in the middle, and I could be on your. I could even go over to your side now, because now I'm thinking of it through the lens of when it's staged, it's clandestine controlled, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get where you're coming from now, because I did see a Kevin Hart interview on some late night show. I don't even know what the motherfucker's name was. Like they got too many now.
Yeah.
All right, stop the fucking late night show. Like, you have like Kimmel, we can shit on him and not watch him. Like, just have like 3. All right.
Fallon's
yeah.
yeah.
But either way, I think with this Kevin Hart interview, he said, "I think this needed to happen." And even the guy was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Hold on, wait for a second. You saw the dude's arm dislocated. You saw, I can't remember how he described the left half of his, he's like, it looked like he laid down while he got beat up, and the left half of his face like absorbed all the inflammation or some shit." Mm-hmm. He's like, now you would think twice about coming up on stage and fucking with the comedian. So, to your point, it could have been staged. Like, I want to see the guy's statement coming forward and how the legal proceedings proceed to see how this really plays out. But
Chris
I can
Rock
see how
isn't
this
suing
could be
nobody.
staged.
He's not suing nobody.
No. What I'm saying, talking about the dude that got assaulted,
He
got
can't sue.
beat the fuck
Oh,
out.
I don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna be fine. I'm telling you, he got paid. He got paid. He's gonna do fine. That dude's gonna have his little arm fucked up. Like he's gonna be just fine.
Well, and the state didn't pursue charges, so
You know.
it's weird, but I see where you come from. It could be staged.
I don't.
I could see how Dave Chappelle's real and it's not staged. I could see how Dave Chappelle could have it staged. Like, there's just multiple different options. I think the ultimate admittance that we don't know is the best answer.
I agree.
We're just exploring this.
I definitely agree that at the end of the day, dinosaurs were real and the Earth is round.
All right, you're triggering me. Trigger warning.
Bruh, that's it. This is your warning, Eli. As mediator, this is your warning.
Nah, that was basically the closing statement.
Yeah.
Are we good here, fellas? Right? We're good.
Man, yeah, I enjoyed every second, man. Loved it.
Sam, you have anything you want to add?
Nah.
He's so tired. He's gonna eat and pass out.
Honestly.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, mother.